Honk.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Arvanauts. Welcome, everybody, to a Tuesday stream. It is Tuesday, February 21st, 2023, in the year of our Lord, etc., etc., and I hope everyone is doing well and is looking forward to our continuing, I'm so happy I can say this, it's a continuing again, it's a trend, it's 2 months in a row of our Fighting Fantasy Gamebook stream of Phantoms of Fear, which is illustrated live by the incomparable TariToons. I'll get to that in just a moment. Before I do, just a couple of reminders about ways to support us on the channel. If you haven't done so already, please follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube with !ArvTube. Our Discord is !ArvCord. Our Twitter is !ArvTweets. Let me stop for a minute and say thanks to everyone who has subscribed recently on YouTube and on Discord and on Twitter. I have seen all of you. The numbers have gone up on all those places. So thank you so much. I appreciate it very much. Please continue to do so. And the website for all that is arvanelleron.com. Financially, !Arv Shop, the merchandise area, that is going to be revamped and reworked, especially now that I have an assistant who's helping out with things, which is super awesome. I can't even explain. So that is going to be reworked and revamped, and you will want to check that out soon, TM. As we get things back and rolling with various swag from a number of the campaigns that we have here. So that's !Arv Shop. !Arv Treon is the Patreon, currently sitting at 19 patrons, $194 per month. That number is going to be going up shortly. I have a couple of people who have told me that they're going to be jumping back on board within the next, soon, because of some financial stuff that they're working through. They will be back on board, and I'm hoping that we can continue to spread the word about that, because that is going to make it possible for us to do things like get a talisman tournament rolling and another Arvanaut Idol contest and other things that I would love to do that I haven't been able to do for a while because of the finances being not up to where they would have to be to sustain that. So that's going to be coming soon. I'm very excited about that. And !Arv Treon there. Cool stuff for yourself and for the channel, plus inspirations to help our players in our tabletop games. Subbing to the channel will let you do that as well. You can get those custom sub badges and emotes to use everywhere across Twitch, and can get inspirations to support our players if you support at a high enough tier, so that's great too. ! Let me remind everybody about this before we get into the publishing stuff. !Klein, Klein, that will allow you to get your tickets for the upcoming ArvCon 2023 kickoff event. That's happening on Thursday, May 26th at 6 p.m. Eastern. And that's going to be happening, that's completely wrong. Thursday, May 25th, I should say, at 6 p.m. Eastern. And that is going to be the kickoff event for ArvCon, the live D&D event in person at the historic Klein Memorial Auditorium in Bridgeport, Connecticut. For $5, you can get a ticket for that. And you will also, if you cannot get to the actual place in person, you can also be there online, because they're going to be live streaming it too. Again, $5 for those tickets. That money will go to support the Klein, which is a nonprofit. It has been there for 80 years plus, supporting the surrounding community. It is also going to support, of course, the Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation, which is, as always, our main beneficiary for the ArvCon effort and event. So that's going to be happening on the 25th. So again, ! Klein, as Triffid has put there. Please go over there and get those tickets. We really would love to see as many of those get sold ahead of time as we can, because it really will show a level of support that will be helpful. And again, whoever is able to make it in person, I'd love to have a big audience there from people, not just from the surrounding community. Of course, we're going to be pushing a lot of that too, but also from people who are able to travel there. Would love to have you there. But even if you can't be there in person, in the actual physical space, virtually you can be there, and we'd love to have you there with those tickets. So please do that with ! Klein. On the publishing side, ! Icarus, my Icarus graphic novel from Athos Arts. ! Library is my Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library, my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And ! Grayshade, Grayshade, for my Grayshade universe. You can order a copy of my novel Grayshade, which came out last year. You can pre-order a copy of my novel Renegade, the sequel to Grayshade, which is coming out later this year, and Heretic, which will conclude the Grey Assassin trilogy that will be coming out next year. And of course, you can also also get pre-order a copy of the tabletop role-playing game of Grey Shade from Brandon O'Brien and published by Alligator Alley Entertainment. That will be out later this year. And, of course, the audiobook by Trent Sparks of Grey Shade also out later this year. So you can do all that at exclamation point Grey Shade. Last but certainly not least, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter. Very important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation point Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and to reach out to others when they need help as well. And exclamation point Ukraine, Ukraine, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war. As we speak, President Biden is in Ukraine delivering a speech on Ukraine. Actually, no, I guess he's not in Ukraine anymore, but he went there yesterday in a surprise thing, took a train for hours and so on. I'm really trying to compare his particular bravery to a particular ex-president that didn't have that level of, but anyway, regardless, this is something which is really impressive, and I definitely, would like to support that in every way I possibly can. So again, exclamation point Ukraine, Ukraine for that. Last but certainly not least, since we just got past President's Day, there have been a lot of lousy presidents. There have been some good ones, a lot of lousy ones, but I do also want to say that I have some thoughts today, thoughts and prayers, not memeing, but actually thoughts and prayers for President Jimmy Carter, who has entered hospice care. Jimmy Carter is a good man. He was a better president than he was given credit for, and he has been a wonderful ex-president, the best ex-president you could have. He won a Nobel Peace Prize, has really lived out the tenets of his faith and his beliefs, and is a good guy, and he's entered what is clearly the final stage of his journey. So I have been thinking a little bit about him over the weekend. He is quite a guy, and pretty extraordinary life and pretty extraordinary, as I say, ex-president. So I've been thinking a little bit about him as well. Now, quick note on schedule. Today, we have got a big day of streaming today. Phantoms of Fear now. Then at 4:15 p.m. Eastern, I'll be over at GogCom's Twitch channel and doing this stuff. For a minute, I thought you were talking about Arudnell. For a minute, I had this moment where I thought you were talking about Jimmy Carter, and I was like, what? And then I realized, I was like, what? Jimmy Carter didn't do that? And then I realized who you were talking about. Yes. So that is exactly who I might have been referring to. Indeed. Good to see you, Rudnell. Good to see you, Dragon Spear. Good to see Triffid and everyone else who's here. So we've got this going on now. Then GogCom's Twitch channel at 4:15 p.m. Eastern, I have got the Talisman Adventures with the GOG crew. That's going to be awesome. And then back here at 9 p.m. Eastern, I am super excited, folks. I'm super excited for tonight, because tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, we have the Our Vocalists. They will make their triumphant return, but we have got some new people. We've got new guest stars, and I actually announced them today. So give me a second so I can actually show where they are, because I want to make sure I can actually link these. Okay, so we have got two new people who are going to be guest starring. Now, if all of this works, if it all goes well, then we're going to be keeping them on as permanent members. So the first new Our Vocalist is going to be, and he's just known in the community as KP. This is a voice actor. This is a photographer, a longtime tabletop role player who's well known in the community. He is a good friend of Little Red Dot and was recommended to me as a consequence, and I've heard his voice reel, and it was great. And I knew about KP anyway, because I've actually checked out some other stuff that he did. So I'm super excited about that. So KP is joining us tonight. That is going to be cool. And the second person who is going to be joining us today as a guest star this evening is going to be Sarah Krause, who runs the Rem Alternus Productions Company right here. And if you're not familiar with them, Rem Alternus are the folks that are responsible for doing all the audiobook work for Battletech and Shadowrun for Catalyst, as well as other things. They do also like tabletop roleplay and all that stuff. So two excellent new people. Sarah and KP will be joining us, along with grizzled veteran Zach Clay, who will be back tonight. So I'm super excited about that. Two big surprise guest stars tonight to join Zach for our continuing playthrough of Citizen Sleeper. Then Friday, we've got Court of Blades, and then Saturday, we have Eberron, Oracle of War. One last note that I want to make, and then I'll introduce Portari, who's been just drawing away, and that is this. Yeah, old Zach, right. Which is this, the chat chosen game of the month. That vote is going to end at the end of our session today. So please get your vote in now. You have 3 choices: Detective Gallo, Metal Gear Solid, and Star Control 2. As we speak right now, currently Detective Gallo and Star Control 2 are locked in a very serious back and forth battle. Metal Gear Solid is trailing badly, but who knows? Things could change. But right now we've got 5 for Detective Gallo, 4 for Star Control 2, and 1 for Metal Gear Solid. So now's your chance to get in the vote, because at the end of the session today we will close that up, and I will be playing that next Tuesday. It's going to be a good time, whatever the game actually is. Okay, now with all of that said, I'm going to check over with Tari. I've unmuted myself. I have no idea what the heck this drawing is that I'm looking at. So I'm just going to go over chat, and I report, you decide. As you can see, the drawing that has been done by our very own TariToons. So first of all, Tari, it is great to see you. Thank you so much. It's awesome. What is this? What am I looking
at? Meine lieben Jecken und Jekkinnen. Hi. It's carnival. So a traditional carnival drawing of a clown dancing and shouting the, I guess, motto, slogan.
Okay.
Whatever.
What does the slogan
War
mean?
cry.
Olaf? What does that mean?
I Dutch? Have actually. I'm not sure it's actually Dutch. It might be like Middle High German. Like it's really old. This goes back like to the Middle Ages. I don't know.
What if it means knows. What if it means like kill everyone? What if it means something awful? Like what if it's like
it might?
What if it means raisins? Like what if it's something terrible? Like who, Like
I mean, it might. It's just what you shout when you party during Carnival.
I see. All right. So when I'm in the Netherlands for Carnival, I need to make sure that I yell Olaf every so often. Like it is to Olaf.
It's more complicated than that, but I guess it's like just in the south of the Netherlands, but also in a large chunk of Germany, Western Germany. Mm-hmm. So it's like and presumably also part of Belgium. It's a thing, and depending on where specifically you are, you will get punched in the face if you shout this, because like some places have like their own thing. Like for example, do not shout Olaf while you are in Düsseldorf. No, over there they shout hello, for example.
Hello, but if I shout hello in like
not hello, hello.
But if I shout hello in like parts of the Netherlands, then they will punch me in the face? It seems very dangerous.
Have no idea what you're talking about. But if you shout hello in Cologne, then you will get punched in the face.
Okay. So it feels to me like I should just avoid Carnival because it's just dangerous. Or I should just smile a lot at people, maybe.
Yeah, no, just avoid it.
Avoid it.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. That seems reasonable. Well, it's very cheery. I love the idea that it sets off the fact that we have 1 stamina point in this game. So I like the idea that we're like Olaf as we're like, bleeding out through multiple wounds. So we'll see. They'll think we're a silly American and ignore me. Dragon, I have some experience with being part of an international coalition as an American, and let me tell you who they didn't ignore. Since America chooses never to ignore anybody else. That's why I always tried to pretend I was Canadian. Because they were like, we used to joke when I was debating for the University of Connecticut, which was my alma mater, the abbreviation, everybody calls it UConn. So we used to joke that when we were doing really well in international debate, they didn't pick up on the fact that we weren't from some Canadian province until very late. They're like, wait a minute, that's America? Quick, you got to stop them. It's too late, So I even wore my vest to make myself look more Canadian, because you did not want to be American in the mid-90s in another country with people that knew what America was about at the time. So
and a vest is a thing that Americans don't wear, or
generally a vest with a pocket watch. See, well, I took it from a Canadian, my fashion sense, honestly. So so at the time I was wearing a bow tie. Vest, bow tie, and watch was bad. Then Tucker Carlson ruined the bow tie, so I just stayed with the vest and the pocket watch. So yeah. That was how it worked. But no one's here for that. Everyone's here to talk to Tari. How are you doing, Tari? And are you excited for our illustration stream as we try to survive with our 1 stamina point? Hi, Helmus.
Well, I have a cold, but aside from that, I'm doing okay, I suppose. I did get to see Weird Al on Sundays.
Oh, nice. I've seen him. He's great, isn't he?
Yes, he is very great. Though the concert itself was a bit weird, because for some reason it was seated. And it's like, a seated concert. I hate seated concerts so much. It's the worst. Like you do that for like classical music or something like that.
Right, exactly, yeah.
But but like it was like basically like a rock show sort of. So I'm like, why do we have to stay on our asses? And it's like,
Couldn't
oh
you like
well.
get up anyway? Like just
I
sort of
could have, but then I would have been the only one standing up, and that would have also been weird.
down in
So
front. Yeah. I saw him in a place in a Long Island, and it was a regular like it wasn't huge, but it was a good size, like 10,000 seat. You know, it was well, actually, was it all indoors? No, maybe. Well, anyway, it was a pretty good size, but it wasn't like a freaking sports arena. But it was a good size. But it wasn't like seated. Yeah, it's a rock show. I mean,
yeah,
it's a rock concert.
was like I mean like the opener was like a stand-up comedy act.
Okay.
So I guess that makes sense on some level, but like the bulk of the show was music.
Yeah.
So like no dancing.
His
It's
band was
weird.
super legit when I saw like
Yeah,
his like really
absolutely.
tight, like good band.
Yes, very much so.
So
So
that's
yeah, that
I'm
was
glad you
fun.
got to see him though, one way or the other.
It was pretty funny because like we got to see him in Tilburg, which is like one of the big carnival capitals in the Netherlands, basically.
Okay.
Like this is where the people party, right?
Okay.
And like on Carnival Sunday especially. So it's like like his opening was like, yeah, like before the concert I got like to walk around the town, and like, are you people always this cheerful, or is this like a special case? Because like everybody is being in costume and getting drunk at 5 a.m. and stuff like that.
He probably felt right at home. He was like, "Thank you, you're my people." Like,
yeah, basically.
that's pretty much Weird Al. But anyway, no, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely one of those ones that's worth seeing is Weird Al in concert for sure.
Yes, that's a good
so,
time was had.
So yeah, let's fire up some music and let's talk to the people, the chat people, about how we're going to survive with our one stamina point. Okay.
Now I need to look up what the fuck Alaf actually means. Why did I never look this up before?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Let's see. What's a good? All right, chat. I'll throw this out your way. So we're looking at something which has a sort of a supernatural, spooky feel, right? You want it to be something. It's not exactly fully horror, but it should be sort of like spooky and dreamlike. Does anyone have a game soundtrack that would fit that description? Not a movie soundtrack because we'll be, muted out of existence, but a game soundtrack for spooky / dreamlike for Phantoms of Fear. Although I'm having trouble getting into that mindset with that freaking hilarious smiling clown. Just like spooky, and Mino was like, Olaf! I'm like, all right, okay, maybe not that spooky. What do you think, chat? What do you got? What do you got? Got anything for me? Got any soundtracks for me? Any soundtracks, chat? Soundtracks. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
So like basically Alaf is like used like you would say hooray, more or less. Hooray!
Okay. Effect Life says,
huzzah!
as far as I know, it's just a carnival greeting originating from the carnival traditions from Cologne.
Yes.
Oh, well then, okay, then Tari has to answer this question then.
Yeah,
all
but
right,
I'm not actually from Cologne. I'm just from
but
a
listen,
village in the vicinity
close
of
enough,
Cologne.
all right?
Though it was like funny, like at some point I like went on like into a rabbit hole of like research about my home village, and it turns out my home village, which it's like the village, it's tiny, but it's like has like history dating all the way back to I don't know when before Christ, and was like one of the big pottery producers for Cologne at the time, apparently, like during the antique period.
I've
So
told
that's
this.
a
That's the
cool
thing.
little fact.
I've told this story before when I was in Ico. That's a good idea, Dragon. Yeah, maybe I'll try that. That was you were born there but moved to Belgium when you were 4 or 5 years old and lived near Heidelberg. Heidelberg is what I was just about to say. I went to we went to a restaurant. This is back in 2000, I think, and near in Heidelberg. And it was a bar that was literally, there was a restaurant, and the underside of it where we were seated was called literally hell. So we go down there and we're sitting in this 900-year-old at least room, and the waitress comes down with a tray and there's a brand new can of Sprite on it because we had ordered a soda. And just I don't know how to explain this, but as an American who myself now lives in a 200-plus-year-old home, but like that for us, once you're like 250 years old, that's old. like it was occurred to me how little we actually understand age in America. Like, because like, oh my God, it was just sort of like, yeah, I'm just casually serving stuff in a 900-year-old plus room. So it does not at all surprise me that you're just kind of like, yeah, and I lived in a place where my village was, dated to before Christ, and here's all this stuff.
Well, I mean, like,
So.
it's basically just like people tend to settle in the same places all the time. It's not like that the same settlement survives that long. It's just like people keep
True.
settling in the same areas.
That's true. So they
because
keep kind
those
of layering
areas
it.
are good to
Right.
settle in.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
So,
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's just,
Like, I'm pretty sure that like a lot of places in the US that would also have like a lot of history.
Oh yeah, I'm
Places.
just
It's
talking
just like,
sure, of course, no, of
Yeah.
course, and of course, history from Native American history, absolutely.
Yeah.
I just meant that like in terms of literal buildings, like that are that old. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like
I
just
guess.
it's just a totally different. Or when I was in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle, and they were making this big thing of like they're like, and this is the oldest building in Seattle, 95 years old, and I'm like, oh wow, 95 whole years old. Like I was being very very smug and superior about how much they thought that was an old thing. But yeah, you lived in a Bronze Age city mentioned in the Old Testament, so not that old. Well, no, for sure, Dragon. That's what I'm saying. Like they just don't understand with age. Like it's just crazy. Okay, right. So let's see. So Ico was the suggestion. So let me look up the ICO
Yeah.
soundtrack.
Iku.
I always heard it pronounced Ico. No?
No, it's just I'm memeing. It's there's this one German cartoon film or like comic series called Werner,
Okay.
and there's like it's like about a bunch of good for nothings who love motorcycles and drinking beer. And at some point, there's like a gag about some machine that they're working on and makes a weird noise, and they can't identify what the weird noise is.
Okay.
And like they start repeating the noise at each other, and it's like iku iku iku. No, it's iku iku iku, and like it goes on like that. It's just so like and that has like become a thing. Like I don't know how many Germans do that, but whenever the game Ico is mentioned, like somebody goes iku 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 because of that movie.
And everyone else probably is very confused. Just like,
well, not in Germany, no.
Well, not in Germany,
so.
they're not. No.
Yeah.
I meant outside of Germany. Lyman near Heidelberg, where I lived for a few years, where my mother still lives, was first mentioned in 791. That's what I'm saying. Like, just I don't. Yeah.
791. Okay. That's not old.
Yeah, that's the 791. Okay. Right. So this is. Let me put the link. I found the. Okay, there's the playlist. I will put the link in Zoom chat. I don't know how long. Actually, this soundtrack does not look like it's all that long, which is interesting. But this will get us started anyway.
I haven't actually played that one. So,
Ico's
but
very
isn't
good.
Like the game a lot about like silence and stuff?
Yes,
like
it's about a kid trying to rescue a shadow. Basically.
No, I know what it's about. I just like haven't played it myself. Like I've seen videos about it and stuff. But I don't know how much music they actually play. So
yeah, it's more atmospheric for sure. And you know that's the same company that did Shadow of the Colossus,
and The Last Guardian,
and all of which are great games. It's one of those studios that like I guess they're like we put out a game every 8 years and it's always amazing. So that's that's fine. I loved Last Guardian, and Shadow of the Colossus is just
Last Guardian.
Oh, super
beautiful game. Infuriating.
Oh, because of getting the guy. Yeah. Well,
like this is one section, okay, where you have to get what's his name, like the puppy, to like basically dive into a pool.
Yep.
And like it took me a billion fucking attempts until like he dove fucking down into that pool. Ugh.
You are not allowed as a cat owner to be frustrated by that. I'm sorry.
I did not have a cat back then.
Yeah, but you were getting ready. But you already had it in you. You had the genetic fortitude to be a cat owner. That proved. That's basically what it is. It's like a massive furry cat. No, I loved Last Guardian, and Shadow of the Colossus is great, and they're all great. Okay. Am I a pig or a goat owner? I am not. We are looking into, though, my wife is testing out allergy. She's been taking allergy shots for almost 2 years now. And all of that is to sort of set up for two things. We want to get a dog, but we're probably going to we're thinking about getting a Siberian cat first, because it'll be easier for my son, who's kind of nervous around dogs. And so that'll be it. We're going to have a cat and a dog, and that's it. We are not getting a pig or a goat, despite the fact that that's my daughter's favorite animal. We're not getting a pig or a goat or a cow or a chicken or anything like that. You've been taking allergy shots for 2 weeks now. I was getting weird. No. I wasn't going to get all those things. I'm just going to get a hippo dragon. It'll be fine. I'll just get that. I spoke of one of the voice actors for tonight. I did indeed. I have clicked over on this voice actor thing. Yep. That is the link to KP. Yep. Very excited to have KP on board. Okay, we're firing up Ico. We're doing the thing. That's very low. Thank you, Nonstop. 66 months. 5.5 years. Get your kicks on Route 66. Damn. Thank you, Nonstop, so much. I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well, Nonstop. Thank you. And yeah, welcome into the stream. Okay, so what you see before you, chat, on the stream there is Grendel Flutterbane. Grendel Flutterbane, who is has been tasked by the members of his tribe. He is a tribe in a tribe of wood elves. Has been tasked with them to not listen to commercials, which are on YouTube. You know what I think I should do? Actually, wait a minute. I'm going to sign in because I have YouTube. What do you call it?
Premium?
Yes. So I should not have to watch these ads. These ads are not for me. There we go. Right.
I have an ad blocker, so.
Well, that also can do things. That also works. Hey, what's up, Wispy Song? Good to see you, Wispy. So your tribe has tasked you with needing to defeat this horrific evil creature. Basically, a creature that has come to try to destroy the demon prince Ishtra, who has got an army, is building an army of evil, chaotic creatures. Ishtra cannot be overpowered by weapons made by any earthly race, even by the most magical sword of the high elves, but you do have the power of dream control. And so moving in the dream world will allow you perhaps to do what normal mortals could not. And as you can see, we had several battles and dream fights. This is one of the dreams in which we had become a salamander. I love this, by the way, which we became a salamander going down basically into this volcano to survive it. And then after that, also, hi, Emily, with the hot pepper mettering. And then met this person. Now, I need to double check quickly and remember who this person was because I know they were important.
Was like the goddess of the garden or something?
I think that's right. Let's see. 381. Give me a second. I'll find out for sure. 274. 274. Where are we? No, that was a crossroads. 286. No, it wasn't that. 392. I didn't think she was that far back, but okay, well, I don't know, but anyway, yes, was a dream guardian, and what we discovered, that's who it is, Galana, that's who it is, Galana, the goddess of plants and fertility. I did keep a note on this. So we found out here, you cannot use spells in Ishtra's domain, but we did find out that we can flip to the dream world and flip back to the real world in certain sections of the text. There are two ways to defeat Ishtra, as she described it. Both of them require power, but one of them also requires physical artifacts. And right now we have a bowl with the number 9, we have a silver bow, we have a potion of fortune, we have, of course, Talessa, the named sword, we have a hatchet, leather armor, and a backpack, and that potion of fortune that I mentioned. We have 10 out of 10 skill, we have 11 out of 12 luck, plus we still have that potion of fortune. We have 10 out of 14 power. So we're doing great with everything with one exception. We have 0 provisions, and we have 1 stamina point, which is not great. I don't actually know how we got this badly hurt, but I know that there were a couple of major combats that we barely survived. And so that's great that we've barely survived them, but you know, that's kind of where we're at. And so our save point here is right now in 381. So chat, what I'm going to let you know as a part of this is, I just want everyone to be aware of this. Goal number 1 is we've got to find a way to get ourselves healed. In the meantime, the dream world may, emphasis may, be easier to survive than the real world in terms of physical health. However, there are still things in the dream world which could be dangerous to us also. So just kind of keep that in mind as we're figuring out how we want to do this. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, and you're like, what are you talking about? Why are you talking to chat about this? Because you get to decide what happens. It is your decisions that move Grendel Flutterbane through the story. And if Ishtra, the demon prince, wins, it'll be your fault. So, just remember, just keep that in mind. Meanwhile, Tari is going to be doing amazing illustration work in the background as we continue with the following. So, 381. The tunnel that we are in ends at a T-junction, and by the way, we are in Ishtra's domain now, looking for Ishtra, where a broad, well-lit passage runs east and west. This is all you have time to notice for the moment, however, since you have to duck back into your dark tunnel to avoid a patrol of goblins. When they have gone past, will you follow them east or turn west? Or, chat, I will also give you the option to flip to the dream world. So, should we follow the goblins east, go west, enter the dream world? No, we cannot go back to the beginning. Okay, there we go. Here are our options. Follow goblins east, go to the west, so opposite where the goblins went, or should we enter the dream world? Rigged. Now's your chance, chat. So the way this works is $vote space and then the number. So if you want to follow the goblins east, it's $vote space 1. If you want to go west, it's $vote space 2. And if you wish to enter the dream world, it is $vote space 3. Jedi Burner. What's up, Burner? It's been a little while. How you doing, Burner? Welcome, welcome. How's everything? Is this the goblin that's running past? Like,
no.
Okay.
You'll see.
All right. I'm excited. So there you go, chat. $vote space 1 for follow goblins east, $vote space 2 for going west, or $vote space 3 for entering the dream world. It's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, Burner.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jedi Burner. How the hell old are you? How old are you, Burner? What age have you now? What decade? What year of the planet have you entered now? Maybe I should just start singing Fifth Dimension. When the moon is in the 7th house. This is the dawning of the age of Jedi Burner. Ooh, wow, Effect Life pulling out the Dutch. All right, can you read that in chat, Tari? You should be able to tell me now.
Wait, what?
Exactly how that's pronounced.
Oh, gelukkige verjaardag.
Which means, I assume, happy birthday.
Yeah, that means happy birthday.
I am 32. Nice. Happy birthday. Welcome to the 32 age. Everything changes when you're 32. No, I'm just kidding.
Like, it basically more or less literally means lucky year day, more or less.
Lucky year day.
Yeah, like gelukkig, like it has the same root word as luck in English. You know?
Okay.
And ja and dag is the same as year and day.
I love that idea more than just like happy birthday. Instead, just being like have a lucky year day today. Your lucky year day. Very, very cool. It would have been cooler if it was 3. Yes, if Jedi Burner was 321, it would look cool and also would mean that he was 321 years old, which would be pretty amazing. So it would also mean more likely that he was a tortoise, but you know.
That
here's
would
another
also
one.
be amazing.
That's true. That's true. A typing tortoise. All right. Okay, give me this new one, Tari.
Herzlichen Glückwunsch zum Geburtstag. Many wait, what is it called? Congratulations for your birthday.
Okay.
I guess, or congratulations from the heart for your birthday, I suppose.
Nice.
Literally.
Nice.
Yes.
Very, very nice. Dig it.
Which you can also say in Dutch, which would be hartelijk gefeliciteerd voor jouw verjaardag.
Oh man, it feels like, I mean, I'm sure you would say that Dutch and German are utterly different in every respect, but it feels like there are a lot of echoes, aren't there, of the languages, like to each other, like German and Dutch?
Don't tell that to any Dutch person, but It's basically just an advanced dialect of German.
I see. Interesting.
No, okay, so like the thing is that these two languages converged pretty late into history.
Okay.
Which makes it like so like relatively easy for me to learn Dutch because Dutch has a lot in common with both German and English. It's like vaguely halfway in between if you want, with some with a bit of French thrown in if you want. But yeah.
I mean, who wants to throw French into anything? Am I right? I'm just kidding. I'm just totally joking. It's a softball joke. That's cool. That's really cool.
Though there's also a ton of false friends, like way more than there are between English and German.
Oh,
which
really?
Is, yeah. Like my favorite one is nuttig.
Okay.
Which in Dutch means being something is useful when it's nuttig. Not to be confused with nuttig in German, which means slutty.
Wow. So you really need to know what language you're speaking at the time. Wow. I'm not even going to go down that road because whatever I say is going to get me in trouble. My favorite is Nutella. Yes, slightly. Actually, my daughter really likes Nutella. Side note. Okay.
Yeah,
we are entering the dream
These
world.
are Dutch nor German, though. That's Italian.
Right. Yep. That is neither one. Okay. So, okay, back there. Okay. So we are now in the dream world, chat. You survey a bleak and dreary landscape. A river meanders past the foot of the hill on which you're standing. You go down to the river, but the water smokes like acid. You decide not to cross it. Will you walk left along the river or right? All right, chat. Very simple either or poll. Would you walk left along the river? That's $vote space 1. If you want to go right down the river, that's $vote space 2. Vote space 1 is left. Vote space 2 is right. Go ahead and make those. If not for either, the human race be gone. Need both to make the world where. Yup. Absolutely. Agreed. Ooh, very dreamlike. Very dreamy. Dreamy. All right, chat, get your votes in now. $vote space 1, please, to go left along the Dream River. $vote space 2 to go right along the Dream River. Get those votes in. Also, is the volume okay? Is volume too loud or is it all right? Volume okay?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. It's amazing. Okay. Well, I assume, but I just want to make sure that chat is volume okay for the music. We're all watching what's happening to this drawing. No, I mean, yeah, I too am quite intrigued. I'm going to assume then that the volume is okay. I just thought of another option for once this one is done. But this one is an excellent choice. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to last call this. Although I have to say that I imagined Grendel Flutterbane as being taller. This is the thing that I'm confused by. It's just a flesh wound. All right, we'll call it a draw.
That's what I'm doing.
I'll have your leg. No, I know you are. I know. I imagined as much. I'll have your leg. I'm invincible. You're a loony. That's awesome. Yeah, that's us right now, but not for long, chat. We will somehow find a way to survive. All right, going once, going twice, and closed. All right. We are going left. Okay.
To the left, to the left.
To the left, to the left. Okay. The river continues straight. It is sometimes deep and sometimes shallow. The journey is monotonous, and as often in the dream world, you do not know how long you have been here. Have you been walking for a minute or a decade? Then all at once the river is gone and you are standing on a plateau. The plateau changes to a smooth expanse of yellow sand with the sea glistening to the horizon. And there are houses with tiles that have sand on them now. That was a green room joke, chat. You wouldn't know that unless you were there. Since you have never seen the sea before, though elf legends about Tir Nanog speak of it, you are troubled. Will you walk into the sea or explore the beach? You can also switch back to the regular world. So, do we walk into the sea? Do we explore the beach? Or do we enter the real world? How many flesh wounds the elf get? Yes. The answer is yes. You didn't find a viewer called Volume to time out. Cute dragon. All right, get your votes in. Do you walk into the sea, do you explore the beach, or do you enter the real world? These, literally, every single one of these songs here is like a minute and a half in the OST for Ico. They're all that way. It's very cool. Like, it's very appropriate. Put them on repeat. Yeah. No, I'm absolutely. That is my plan. I have loop playlist set to go. Man, I am so glad that I ended up getting the YouTube Premium because I listen to a number of podcasts when I'm traveling to work in the car that's like on YouTube. So instead of having to leave the phone on, it can play in the background. So I just turn it off and then plus all the YouTube music and stuff is better. So is good.
That is useful, yes.
That's good. Walk into the sea. Let the world take us in its fluid embrace, says Jedi Burner. This music, actually, as I was saying that, was suddenly reminded me like we're all of a sudden playing Symphony of the Night. I was like, no, it's... What is a man but a shameful little collection of secrets? Okay. All right. Okay, we are walking into the sea. You are destroyed. No. The water closes over your head and you find yourself swimming freely in a new and miraculous realm. You have easy for me to say. You have temporarily broken through into a part of the dream world which the evil of Ishtra's sway cannot touch. You explore this underwater realm at your leisure, marveling at the colors of the fish and the plants. Add 2 power points. Hell yeah. But this cannot last forever. Just as you are beginning to think of remaining here, that sounds right, a water spout forms and picks you up. Oh man. It's the freaking ocean from Moana. It travels at unimaginable speed back in the direction you came from. It dies down gradually and deposits you gently on a riverbank. I went down to the river to pray. Okay. Also, I want to just make a note to myself. Okay, so don't forget what I'm doing there. Cool. All right. So good job, chat. It made sense. I did not get the Metroid Prime Remastered Jedi because I thought about it, but I literally played Metroid Prime all the way through like 6 months ago. I can't go back to it. I wanted to do Metroid Prime 2. There are rumors that they already remastered that. I will pick that up and play that almost immediately. Like as soon as whatever game I'm playing is finished, I would immediately put that next on the list because I'm trying to build up the Prime games up to when we end up playing Metroid Prime 4. And getting it onto a Switch controls without having to do this freaking obnoxious controls for the Wii and or the Wii U would be great. So I'd love to do that. I guess actually that was on... No, that wasn't Wii. That was still GameCube. But the Wii controller is just not great. So I would love to do that for Metroid Prime 2, but I just can't... I can't justify it for 1. I just played it, literally. YouTube Vanced... Oh, the app and all that stuff? Yeah. Well, now I don't need to worry about it because I already pay for this anyway, so I don't mind doing that. So I don't have to worry about blocking stuff. I just pay for it, so I feel it's all good. Okay. Ooh, and I know what you're doing right now. Man, you're on fire today, Tari. This is good stuff. I already know.
Well, I hope not. I'm on fire. That would be bad.
Yeah, literally on fire. Your paper's burning. I can see it.
I'll implode.
Okay. So you walk along, chat, with the river on your left. The river goes underground after a while, but there is still room to walk beside it. Will you follow the river underground or remain overground? All right, so this is a simple two-part choice. We're still in the dream world. Will you follow the river underground? That's $ vote space 1. Or will you remain overground? That's $ vote space 2.
I'm going deeper underground. Going deeper underground. Oh, that reminds me, oh god, that's like 20 years ago? Probably, like, that sounds about right. About 20 years ago. Like, you know, when, like, all of these casting shows were, like, at their peak and, like, started popping up copies of everything, of, like, Idol and everything everywhere. There was this one called Pop Stars, which I presume was international, but, like, in the German version anyway, like, one of the bands they made was called Overground, and I had forgotten about that.
Wow.
Until you mentioned the word Overground.
I had never heard, yeah.
Accessed a part of my memory that was under lock and key. So
outstanding. I'm glad that I've accessed that memory thanks to the use of the term overground. Speaking of overground, chat, I have 1 vote so far, so we need some more votes. $ vote space 1 if you want to follow the river underground, or $ vote space 2 if you want to remain overground and trigger Tari's memory again.
Oh god, I don't actually remember the song they did. So.
And what kind of a band did you say they were? Like what
like
kind
some
of a
pop boy band? I don't know.
Okay. Wow, there's an advertisement at the back of this page because I have the Penguin, or rather not the Penguin, the Puffin edition of this, which was published in 1987. But I have at the end here, there are fantasy titles in Penguins for older readers, and it is the Dragonlance Chronicles, because that was advertising Weiss and Hickman's books. Dragons of Autumn Twilight, Winter Night, and Spring Dawning. I read all of those. I read those. I read the prequel with Raceland, and I had 9 of those books. They don't really hold up great anymore.
No.
But there were some great characters in them, though. Raceland was a great character.
We did get an amazing like Guardian song out of this, so that's nice.
That's true. Also some the solid board game as well.
Like for reference, the song Like Guardian wrote about one of the books is called The Soul Forge. It's a great song. You should check it out.
I have actually heard it, although it was a while ago. I have heard that song. But it was one of those deals where I was talking about Dragonlance and someone mentioned it. That's why, not because I knew it on
you
my
were
own.
like, oh, Tari would
Of course,
yeah,
no. You read them all too, Emily? They were good. I mean, like, there were some very visceral moments. I still remember there was one where, like, a dragon's acid breath like vividly describes this body just being the skin being flayed from the skeleton by it was like real acid, and I was just like, oh god, that was pretty disturbing to me when I was 15 or whenever I was reading them. But
there was an animated movie based on the first book.
I heard that. I've never seen it.
Awful. It's absolute hot garbage. It's complete on YouTube. It has no redeeming qualities. It's absolute dog shit.
Wow. Okay.
It's yeah.
That is not so good. I did not know that.
Yeah,
I'd heard about it, but I had never seen it. Okay, Chad has decided that we are going to go underground with this river. Okay. The atmosphere underground is horribly oppressive. A stale smell rises from the river and gets gradually worse as you follow it along. The further you go, the more you become convinced that there is something horrible ahead. The dark oppressiveness starts to squeeze your lungs. You feel as helpless as a baby lying alone before a hunting saber-toothed tiger. I don't know if babies really think about themselves being helpless, I suppose. Will you run back out of this tunnel or persevere, chat? So, $ vote space 1 means you run out of the tunnel. $ vote space 2 means you persevere. What will you do?
What does persevere mean in this context?
Keep going. Despite the fact that everything's telling you not to.
I see.
Yeah. So go ahead and get these votes in, chat. $ vote space 1 if you wish to run out of the tunnel. That's $ vote space 1. And if you want to persevere, $ vote space 2. Yeah, the only question effect life is whether, because we're in the dream world, it may not affect our direct stamina. But the thing is, sometimes they can. So the whole thing is kind of weird. I don't know what to say about this. I do not know what I would vote for in this scenario. I'm glad I'm not you and having to make that decision.
Are we even in our regular form right now?
We're in our dream world form. Oh, well, we're in our whatever our regular dream form is. We're not like a salamander or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because otherwise this drawing would be for naught.
In our dream world, we're actually like a tank. We're actually Optimus Prime in the dream world. That's what I want to be in my dreams, Optimus Prime. Sign me up.
But then you die, don't you?
No, but only having done amazing things. I mean,
And parking seems awful, like a whole fucking truck.
But then in that case, I don't have to worry about it. I drive there and
prices. Gregory, the gas prices.
The gas prices, that's true. In this economy. In this economy, a transformer in this economy. You do wonder about that, right? Like they'd all be electric vehicles now. They're all like EVs and hybrids and.
Oh God, a Tesla transformer.
Chat on screen is updating properly. It's there. Having parked a truck being Optimus would indeed suck. Yeah, but you could just stand up though. Like you don't have to park. You're Optimus. You can just. You're all good. You're all where it's at. I see everyone's chat. I think I see everybody. Seems to be working. Okay, last call on this. Last call. So the longest song in the entire soundtrack is the closing credits, which makes sense. But now I have looped to the top.
No, I need to restart.
35-second prologue. Yeah, that's weird. It did update in the actual bot, Effect Life. Oh, Effect Life. Also, I need to try to drop you a line or something like that. I'm hoping I can call upon your expert advice, sir, for help with our Discord bot, because our Discord bot is currently not updating. Like when I go live, it's supposed to announce on its own, hey, Arv just went live, and it has not been doing that. And it was set up by the incredible Nari and by, of course, TariToons. They set up the Discord and made it all shiny and new and nice about a year ago or so, but the bot is not working. And so I was hoping I could use your expert advice to somehow, since you know something about bots, just a little bit about bots, just a tiny little bit. I thought maybe you might have some suggestions. So I have to remember to contact you about that later. I'm mentioning this now so I don't forget. Okay. So it looks like we're going to persevere. You haven't worked a lot with Discord bots. You can take a look. I just figured you might have some. It's probably something silly that we're all missing, but there's just something that got turned off or on, or I don't know. Some bot has been botted. Okay, so persevere is what chat has decided. Okay. Ooh, we got a big picture here. Ooh, interesting. Suddenly, bots to notify when you're live. Yeah, well, there's the potato bot. I know you have the other bots, Echo, but the thing is we have a bot that's already ready. We just need to get it. I was talking to Tari about this before the stream started. We don't want to add like 65 more bots. I just want a bot that just does the thing. That's why we have Arcanus bot because in our channel, because that's the only one we need. And in GogCom they use MooBot, and that's the only one they need. So we just need one bot, basically. One bot to rule them all, one bot to find them. Okay. Suddenly the tunnel starts to move. The earth itself is heaving. The river seeps through cracks in the ground and disappears. Great rocks come crashing down, but none touch you. They are not meant to. The way ahead and behind is now blocked, but there is open air overhead. But an Angarok is slithering through this vent. So, let me go find this Angarok thing.
What is an Angarok?
That's a good question. I'm about to show you. There is a picture of it.
Pictures. I like pictures.
Do you? I feel like art really, I don't know if you really have a affinity for that. You
nah.
Sure? Yeah, it's my sense. Okay. Did I mean kangaroo? No, I did not mean kangaroo, Google. I meant Angarok. Yes, please show me a fighting fantasy kangaroo. What? Wow, we have a lot of alternate views of this. Okay, let's see. Interesting. Maybe not.
Is there no picture in the books that you could show?
Yes, that's what I'm going to do in a minute. I just was hoping I could share it because it's better to... Because it's easier to show this on... Alright, we have this one, which is... No, that's terrible. I don't like the look of that picture. Okay, we're going to do this one. So, here we go, chat. I'm going to do this.
I'm going to just not show, and I could just make up what it looks like.
You could just make up what it looks like. Well, that's true. But it's kind of striking, though. I want you to see it, and then you can also obviously put your own amazing, incredible take on it. All right, let me jump back here. Let me put on my full screen photo, etc. Right. Okay, here we go, chat. It looks like that. It looks like kind of this slithering... It's like a lizard, but it's like an evil lizard, as you can see. So that's what it looks like. It's from there. You can see. There it is. It's coming for you, chat. Directly for you. Yeah, kind of. We had a salamander before, but it looks like kind of a multi-legged lizard thing. That guy has some personality. Exactly. Exactly right. So, Angaroks are hell-spawned creatures which exist only in the dream world until some sorcerer discovers how to bring them through to the real world. They are servants of the snake demon Sith. Always there are two. Anyway, who values them highly among her pets. They are like huge snakes, but at intervals along their bodies, 4 legs sprout from either side. The legs are thick and hairy like a spider's and enable the Angarok to leap surprising distances. So to be clear, chat, it's a nightmare massive snake lizard with legs that can jump. Okay, everyone got that mindset? Angaroks have no weaponry, no armor, claws, or teeth. They need none, for their very being is venomous. Anyone who comes near an Angarok will lose power. Their life force will be gradually drained off. Roll 2 dice. If you roll 2 to 7, the Angarok reduces your power by 2 points. If you roll 8 to 12, however, you do not affect the Angarok at all. But if you roll 8 to 12 3 times in succession, you may be able to escape from the monster. I just looked up to see that. That is not what it looks like. It is not cute. It's terrifying.
No, it's angry, see? It
Look,
has
look,
angry
see?
eyebrows.
Compare. I compare, you decide. Look, see? That's the real thing. It's not cute. If you roll 8 to 12 3 times in succession,
Who's
you may
the
be able
artist
to
here,
escape
Arf?
from the No, I mean, I'm just listen. I'm standing up for the writer here. Okay, the writer is trying to talk about something terrifying. You're like, you mean like a cute salamander? No, never mind your pictures and how appealing they are. Okay, you may be able to escape from the monster. So, chat, we need someone to roll then for this. We need to roll 2 6-sided dice 3 times, and we need to roll 8 to 12 3 times in succession. Woof! So, who is going to be our die roller for today?
Took you weirdly long to react to that.
I was literally just looking down at the book, and then I just looked up and was like, ah! Oh, man. It was very funny.
Thank you, thank you.
Steps from becoming the dice master of the stream. Steps back. You can get some dice. Yeah, Triffid, if you would like to. It's either whoever would like to. I am happy to have whoever do it. I trust all of you. I mean, when it comes to rolling dice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Triffid is going to get some dice, I suspect. And then we are going to see what happens. That's true. You did. I know. You keep telling me affect life. Sorry. I just keep thinking about the excitement of... So you need to roll 2 6-sided dice, Triffid. And you're looking for... We need 3 in a row, 8 to 12. And every time we don't get that, like 2 to 7, we lose power by 2 points. At least it's not stamina, but it is power. Focus power. Wish we had some healing in this. Spells can only be cast in the real world. 2d6. I do indeed say that. Yes, indeed. 2d6. 5. Okay, we lose 2 power. Okay. Roll again, please. Good thing I have a save point. 9. Okay. 1 down. 2 more to go. 1 down, 2 to go. Keep it up. You can do it. You can do it. Nine. Okay, 2 in a row. We just need 1 more. 8 to 12. We could do it. 1 more. We could break free from this thing.
I want to break free. To break free.
Oh! We lost 2 power. All right. Try again. We must keep rolling. I was feeling good. I feel like it's unfair that we have to roll 3 of these in a row from 8 to 12. Okay, back to 8, so that's good. My DM spider sense is tingling. I'm like, Yeah, it says if you roll 2 to 7, the Angarok reduces your power by 2 points. If you roll 8 to 12, however, you do not affect the Angarok at all. But if you roll 8 to 12 3 times in succession, you may be able to escape from the monster. If you manage to do this, turn 2, blah, blah, blah. All right, 8 again. So we're once again on the precipice. One more time. One more time. One more time. We're gonna celebrate.
Good album.
It's true. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. One more time.
Also good movie. For those of you who don't know, there is an entire...
We did it! Sorry, just wanted to say victory. Good job, Triffid. Way to go. Okay, now we do have to make 1 more die roll. Sorry, and then you can continue your story, Tari.
Yes.
So, because our power score is not 18 or more, which means that we need to make 1 more die roll. So for this one, please roll a single 6-sided die, please, Tari.
What?
Not
I need
Tari.
to roll the die?
No, sorry. I was looking at Tari's drawing. My bad. Triffid, I beg your pardon. Please roll 1 more die just for that. Just a 6-sided die. Okay. All right. We lose 2 power points. Ugh. Now we have to roll that 6-sided die again. We are in big trouble on the power front. Oh! 2 more power. We need to roll higher than that. We could do it. Come on. The dream. Oh, oh no. We need 1 more. We can't survive another one. We can do it. And we are just getting the hell beat out of us. Yeah. Woo. Oh my goodness. Wow. So we managed to alter our dream to get out of the Angarok sphere of influence. Damn. That was close. Nice work, Trivid. Unreal. That was a lot. I don't even know whether to put a save point here because I feel like if we put a save point there, we're putting ourselves in a hugely weak thing. I don't know. Anyway, okay. Regardless, I'm going to put a save point here. We could always change that if need be. Okay. My goodness, that was very close. Thank you, Triffid. Okay, sorry. Go on, Tari, with your story about movie, etc.
Oh, Daft Punk, like also vaguely 20 years ago, made a fully animated movie based on the album Discovery, and it's actually really good.
Interesting.
Yes,
I could see
it's
that.
also in full on YouTube. It's called Interstellar 5,000. No, what was it? 55,555.
I could see that.
I
They've
think
always
was the
been
name.
kind of multimedia-ish anyway, you know, like in their performances and so on. So I could totally see that. Okay. Or they were before they retired. Okay. You change your vision to what you feel most at home with, a forest. But this is like no forest you've seen before. Even the ruined forest around the entrance to Ishtra's lair seems in comparison a haven of health and peace. The trees here are not really trees at all. They are malignant growths, extensions of the cancer which is the earth here. The trees scream in agony and beg you to put them out of their misery. Will you strike them to help, or block your ears and press on? Okay, so there we go, chat. Two choices. Will you try to help by striking them, or block your ears and press on? $ vote space 1 to, in quotes, help. $ vote space 2 to press on. Now is the chance to get your vote in, chat. Make your voice be heard. Okay, Runo's got his vote in. First ever mercy deforestation. Could see it. Okay, $ vote space 1, chat, to try to, in quotes, help. $ vote space 2 to press on. Block your ears, like, blocking your ears with wax from the sirens, etc. Little Jason action there, and press on. Okay, I'm going to last call this while we are seeing the Angarok, the dream snake lizard fur jumpy thing. Guy. Person. Creature. All right. Going once. Going twice. Okay. You have decided to try to help the trees. You touch the pustular bark of what might, in this nightmare, be a warped reflection of a proud redwood tree. Immediately the pustules burst and spray you with thick liquid, which you know is acid and poisonous. Oh! Your screams echo the agony of the trees, whose hearts are slowly being eaten out by the acid. You can stand this nightmare world no longer, and you jerk yourself into wakefulness in the real world. Lose 1 power point. Well, that's great. We have 1 stamina point and 1 power point, so we're in really great shape. We have been beaten up by this book. We're surviving, barely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You find yourself in the real world. Arenth has just subscribed. Woo! 37 months. Thank you, Arenth. 3 years and a month. Thank you very much, Arenth. I appreciate it. Hope all's well. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the resub. You find yourself in a corridor with numbered doors on either side of it. To your left are doors numbered 11, 33, and 55. To your right are doors numbered 22, 44, and 66. So, let's see. It says to roll 2 dice until you roll a double, and then you try the appropriate door. So you can either, so if you roll 2 1s, you open the door that's 11. If you roll 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, and so on. Or we could ignore all the doors and walk up the corridor. So the question is, do we open any of the doors? That's $vote space 1. Or number 2 is, do we ignore all the doors and walk down the corridor? So $vote space 1 is try one of the doors. $vote space 2 is walk down the corridor.
I hope this is nightmarish enough for you.
Yes, that it's doing the job. Yes.
Good.
Okay, $vote space 1 to try one of the doors. $vote space 2 is to ignore the doors. Okay. Making our decision. We gotta make a decision. Choose a door or live and die this way. Do 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 boom 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 boom. 'Cause I remember when we were dreaming in this world, ran into some spider lizard thing, and then it decided to jump on us, and we decided that was really bad. And okay, last call, last call. And okay, we are going to try one of the doors. So what I need you to do is to roll 2 6-sided dice, Triffid, please, until you get a doubles of some double, and then let me know. So roll until we get a double 5 right off. All right. Let's check that out. The door is not locked. You open it and find yourself in a larder. You can restore 4 stamina points by eating some of the food.
Nice.
Let's go! We got some stamina. We got some food. We're into the yellow numbers. Hell yeah. Good roll, Triffid. Outstanding. Wow, did we need that. Woo! We still need power, but listen. that was huge. All right. Big deal. Okay. So that was it. Now we can try another door. So again, I'm going to open up this poll. So we can try. Now remember, some of the doors may be dangerous. Not all these doors will be good. That was the mother lode right there. We needed that door. So so again, do we $vote space 1 is we try another door. We do the same thing that we just did, trying another door. $vote space 2 means we just walk on up the corridor. There's a way how to restore power is my question. Okay, just looking.
Well, here's our thing.
There's that. Ugh. Blah.
Good.
It
I don't think that's what it was called.
was a mruh. Wow, that thing is terrifying. That looks like some kind of bizarro like scorpion ant like thing. Just
Oh yeah, that also works.
yeesh. That is something I do not want to meet in the real world or the nightmare world, frankly. I just like not to meet that, actually. Good stuff. Okay. Let's see. You may have a choice of new drawing choice and a good one in just a moment. Okay. I would kill that in an instant, right, Echo? No joke. All right. So we're going to try another one of the doors. Okay. So please roll again, if you would. It's disrespectful toward us scorpions. Please once again roll, if you would, please, Triffid, 2 6-sided dice. We're looking for doubles again. You know, it doesn't actually say, I don't know what you all feel about this, but if you roll roll double fives, it doesn't say you can't use this again. So if we roll double fives again, I say we go back in the larder and we chow down again. That's what I say if we roll double fives. But I feel like the game is, the book is exceedingly weighted against us as it is, so. But that depends on what we roll.
Ah, my face is itchy.
Oh,
Stupid
no.
hay fever.
Hay fever plus cold is not a good combination.
Just me and my usual.
So Triffid, are you rolling the dice, the 2 dice? I just want to make sure that you were doing that. I have this image of Triffid being like, roll, why won't you get a double? You've rolled 12 times and no more doubles. I'm sorry, Triffid. We'll get there eventually. You can do it. Maybe the dice are telling us something. That's true. That's true. But we need to try at least one more door now that we've started this set of rolls. That's so funny. Should we revote? Should we revote? Well, I mean, we could revote. We could revote. But I don't know. I guess try another couple of times. If it goes another 2-3 times, you don't roll doubles, then I'll put it back up for a revote.
Music's over again. Could we go for a different?
Sure, we can. I've been looping it. Is what I've been doing. But I have used this before. Let us go with. Okay. I'm going to do this one. Hold on a second. Putting in Zoom chat now. It is the Thief original soundtrack.
Ah, yes.
Perfect for this. Double sixes. All right. Okay. The door is not locked for the simple reason that the room is empty. You poke around for a while but find nothing. When you come out, you are confronted by a squad of guards. You try to persuade them that you are a dark elf with legitimate reasons for searching rooms, but they are not convinced. Roll a single-sided die, or single six-sided die.
A single-sided die, you say?
A single six-sided die. I left something rather important out
A
of that.
sphere.
Yes. That is, yes. I5, okay. Sorry, I had to turn that down a bit. Yeah, well, shit. Okay. So you make a show of going with the 2 guards and then sneak away when they are not looking. You make your way down the corridor with care. Okay. Well, I guess that was what that was telling us. Like, don't come back there again. Okay. That's there we go. Let's not do that. Smooth operator. That's one of those, we're not here anymore. Let's go there. Okay. Soon you reach a point where you could either turn left or carry straight on. You can hear the harsh laughter of some cruel being up ahead, but to the left you sense a feeling of terrible doom. This is not an easy decision to make. Will you turn left or carry straight on? So left is the feeling of terrible doom. Straight on is the laughter of some cruel being. Let me open up that. So $vote space 1 is left to the feeling of terrible doom. $vote space 2 is carry straight on, which is towards the creature, the laughter of some cruel being. So again, left is towards the feeling of terrible doom. Straight on is towards the creature of is towards the creature with the terrible laugh. It's like stamina. You don't have any provisions, but you may have the opportunity to gather some along the way. Really? Will I have the chance to? Really? I don't think so. Okay, so $vote space 1 chat to turn to the left. $vote space 2 to continue straight on. I'm very interested to see what this next drawing is. Looks kind of like Colonel Sanders. Yes. I can see that. I can see the Colonel Sanders look. Going once, going twice. Actually, I had to last call that first. Sorry. Now, going once, going twice. You think it's more than sort of, Emily? And okay, we're going straight on. The tunnel ahead takes you straight to Ishtra's dungeons. The vile jailer whose job it is to guard the cells resents your intrusion. Nobody comes here alone, not even an ally, unless they're asking for trouble. Okay, now this one has a picture associated with it. Let me see if I can find it. It is sadly not the Colonel Sanders. Is that the disguise? Is that
maybe?
Is that our disguise? Listen, let me explain something to you. I can explain. I am a dark elf, clearly. And I like the idea that when you adopt the dark elf for some reason, not really knowing, we just use the southern accent. I say I'm a dark elf, and I'm to be trusted. Okay. Let's see. So I'm just looking for.
But it's so, like, this tablet was such a good investment. Like, I can draw so fast on this.
I was going to say, like, I mean, just like off the hook speed. I've been very impressed. And without pain, right? Like with that's the big thing. Like,
well, like very minor. Like
very
my
minor.
arm gets stiff throughout a little bit, but like it doesn't hurt in particular.
Okay. Which is way better than what you dealt with before.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like I noticed when I have been like drawing for a long time in a row, like then it starts hurting, but it's like not nearly as bad as when I had the bamboo
Okay.
tablet.
That's good.
For those watching, those are like tablets without a screen built into them. Currently, I have a screen tablet, so I'm drawing right onto the thing and don't have to do like a weird pose to like properly do stuff, and like my hand doesn't cramp up while working.
Yeah, I used to feel really bad for Tari going through that with this, and it meant that sometimes we missed sessions because her arm was just just hurting her,
Yeah.
and so I'm really glad that she's able to do what she loves and is so good at without that kind of pain. Okay, well, I'm not finding a picture of this, so I'll have to show this to you again. This is again striking. So here you go, chat. You ready for the image? Emily, you said that this other picture was I wonder if this picture is going to resemble how you do or don't feel. If you were feeling like the person that was like bloodied and all that, I wonder if this will also connect or not. We'll see. Does that represent the experience? You always got to have skulls also at the belt. Very important to have skulls.
Ah, yes.
It's part of the look. Also, it's got like a skull, like what is that? Like a beret, tiara? What is that?
Mm.
That's trouble with a capital T that rhymes with D. That stands for dungeon. Oh yeah, that's funny, Emily. So there you go. That's what it looks like. So that is Shakara. Shakara will try to pummel you unconscious and then lock you up with her other unfortunate wards until she has decided which one to have for breakfast. Shakara is a mutant ogre. Also important to remember, this is the evil cousin of Shakira. So so the ogre's like, whatever, you come into my castle. Shakara is a mutant ogre. Her mutation is her thick, scaly skin, which takes only one stamina point of injury. This is why she does not especially fear weapons and uses her fists against all opponents, however they are armed. You had better teach her to respect cold steel. Now, the good news is that her skill is not unbelievable. It's only 8, so we are more skilled than she is. However, unfortunately, although we are more skilled, she only has 8 stamina, not 80 stamina. 80 stamina. Okay, but she only takes 1 point of damage on a successful hit. That said, though, we are in a better position. So, because of our skill quotient. So, I will start by rolling here. Okay. So right now we're looking at, what did I just get? Oh, I got a 2d6. Okay. So we are right now looking at 2d6. 5 plus 3. So she's got an 8. So that's a 16. So we need a 6 to tie and a 7 or up to beat. So could you roll 2 6-sided dice for me, Trivid, please? And let's see whether we strike this Shakara back. We can absorb a stamina. We can absorb a couple of hits, but I'd recommend we not, since we only have 5 stamina. So 7. That is enough. That strikes her for a single hit. She's down to 7 stamina. She then rolls an 8 again. Why do I keep rolling the exact same roll? All right, I rolled an 8 again. So once again, we need a 6 to tie, 7 to beat. Okay, you're back, Emily. 5 plus 3 is 8. Nice work, nice work. Okay, down to 7. Okay, roll again. This time I got a 4. Okay, so it is indeed randomized properly. So this point, we just need a 2 to tie. So anything above a 2, and we will strike this creature again, Trivid. All right. 4 plus 6 equals 10. Wow, we just... overkill. Okay. Then rolls a 6. So that right now is a 14. So we need a 4 to tie and a 5 to beat. Ogre kill. Ogre ground. Trigger something else in Tari's memory.
Mm.
I already love this drawing that you're making. Wow. That is to rate some sort of warrior. No, it's like a chef. It's like a jailer, actually. 6. Okay, so down to 4 stamina. All right. Excellent work, Triffid. Oh, we got a 9. First actual challenge, 17. 7 to tie and 8 to beat. 7 to tie and 8 to beat, Triffid. Okay, I will do that in a second. Also, Tari is currently drawing this as well. But I will show you this in a minute after we see how this happened. 12. Wow. So, like, Shakara was like, I'm going to tell you. And then you're just like, blam. You get the hell out of my face, Shakira's evil cousin. Okay, so that's down to 3. Before you roll again, I'm going to show this because Emily missed this. So here you go. This is the creature. And I wondered if this matched your, because you said the picture of our very bloodied self was similar to how you felt at the time, and I wonder if this is just, if that was in the sort of feeling of, if you've had moments where you felt like this, I guess you're just like, ah.
That's me when my boyfriend eats the last piece of cake in the fridge.
Yes, definitely. Well, and you're justified in exactly that reaction. So there you go. That's what it looks like. Okay, so go ahead. Sorry, Triffid. Back to your rolls. This time rolled a 6. Shakara did, so it's a 14. So we need a 4 to tie, a 5 to beat. I asked you specifically because you specifically said about the super bloody drawing from earlier today. You specifically said that that was like mad. You said something like good feels, or that's exactly how I felt. Yeah, that drawing. It's just a flesh wound. So I was saying, did that at all did this other one also match your mood is what I was saying. Okay, 9. Very good, Triffid. All right, we got down to 2 stamina. Oh no, rolls a 10. Well, we knew this time could come. 18. So we need an 8 to tie, a 9 to beat. You were feeling it, not that it felt like you. Oh, all right. What is going on?
He's leaving.
That's freaking awesome.
Oh, he's back.
He's back. Oh, my goodness. A 9. Triffid with the clutch roll here. Down to 1 stamina, this one. And the last one rolls a 4. So it just needs a 2 to tie and a 3 to beat.
Sometimes I'm funny.
I showed that picture because of what you just said, Emily. Look, Emily, if you say to me that picture that Tari was just showing looks like you, why would I not be like, well, this also looks like a terribly angry thing? Come on now. 2 + 2 is 4. I want everyone to point out, by the way, can we praise Triffid with great praise? Because literally won every single combat round. Great work, Triffid. Shakara is not going to do the Super Bowl show like her cousin did. If you win, a peek through the grills in the floor convinces you that none of the prisoners are worth freeing. They would stab you in the back rather than assist you. Wow. You return to the last junction and turn right. Play back the tape. You return to the last junction and turn right. Okay. Nice work, Triffid. Good work. Okay. The further you go along this passage, the more you can sense great evil ahead, so you think you must be nearing your goal. You come to a cave where, though there is nothing to be seen, the aura is so oppressive that you cannot move. Now, I'm going to read this entry, and then I'm going to stop for a second and explain why this works. Yeah, I know, seriously, right, Triffid? It is like an impenetrable, suffocating blanket, but it rides with an evil force, and nightmarish images form in your mind. You feel your power draining away as you struggle to break through, and then your lifeless body drops to the ground. So that's the entry. But guess what? There's also a dream world version of this. So obviously you have to go to the dream world here. As soon as you begin to feel your power draining, you flip to the dream world and find yourself confronted by Morpheus, Ishtra's lieutenant. Now this is interesting. As Tari's doing this picture of Shakara, I'm very excited for this. I'm interested to see what Tari may or may not do with Morpheus if Tari chooses to do it. Because it says there's no picture for it. Morpheus, Ishtra's lieutenant, the description is, he is a gross, bloated creature, the source of all nightmares for the races of Titan. His body has no definite form, but seethes with the stuff of nightmares, foul creatures great and small. He will send several nightmare creatures against you to soften you up before attacking you himself. So now this is going to be interesting because I don't know how we're going to do this, chat, and we're going to have to talk about this because there's essentially no way to win this. So we have to come up with some alternative, or we have to go all the way back to the beginning, which, with apologies to Dragonspear, we're not going to do. So you will have to fight, one after the other, a Harpy, power 10, a Clawbeast, power 12, and a Wraith, power 14. The Harpy is a winged demon that slashes at you with its talons. The Clawbeast swings its forearms at you, trying to rip your dream body with huge hooked claws. The Wraith simply tries to drain your power by its terrible presence. So what it says is you conduct battle as normal for dream combat. You roll 2 dice. If you roll 2 to 7, the monster has reduced your power score by 2 points. If you roll 8 to 12, you have reduced its power score by 2 points. At the end of each fight, you restore your power to 1 less than what it was before the fight began. If you lose all 3 battles, you're unable to remain in the dream world. So the problem here is that there's no way to do this because, like, we're going to die automatically. So we have to think of some alternative on how to make this reasonable and fair. It's not the stamina that's the issue. It's the fact that we have 1 out of 14 power, and we have to fight 3 creatures in a row, 10, 12, and 14. And if we ever roll, we basically can't lose a round of combat. We have to roll 8 to 12 every single time, which is, I'm here to tell you, not going to happen over 4 plus 6 is 10 rounds, 17. So we would need to roll 8 to 12, 17 times in a row. That is never going to happen. So we need to think about what to do instead. So I will entertain opinions and suggestions. I'm trying to think of what's the fairest way to be. I mean, frankly, even moving our power back up to 14 still makes this exceedingly difficult. So I'm not really sure how to do the thing with the stuff. Yeah, no, I know, for sure. So I'm trying to figure out what to do here about this. I mean, what we could do is we could do a, we could increase our power to 7, and we could get rid of 2 of the creatures. If you go back to max power, there's a 50-50 chance to win. The thing is, Arendt, though, if we go back to that, we have to fight 3 in a row, 10, 12, 14 power. And every round of combat, we're actually at a slight disadvantage, right? Because if we roll 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Isn't that right? Am I getting the stats right? I think we have, because we have a 5 out of 12 chance of, well, that's not how statistics work. But the point being 8 through 12, as opposed to 2 through 7. So aren't we slightly disadvantaged? Help me out, someone who knows statistics. Aren't we slightly disadvantaged if we have to roll an 8 to 12 to hurt them, but they have to roll only a 2 to 7 to hurt us? So we're slightly disadvantaged, right? So, although I guess what it says is that we restore our power to 1 less than what we started with. So I guess that's true, that does make things a little different. Okay. All right, well, then I'm going to do that. I'm going to make an executive decision here. I'm going to return our power to 14 because I think that makes sense. I'm going to restore our power up to 14. Okay. Now, the way this works is, and I'm also going to put a save point here, too. This is a very hard book, so I think it's fine to do that. Okay. Now we're going to do, chat, is we have to fight a Harpy, a Clawbeast, and a Wraith. So let's start with the Harpy. Right, that's right, Effect Life, yep. And each one of them has different stats. The Harpy has a power of 10. The Claw Beast has a power of 12, and the Wraith has the power of 14.
And we have the power of friendship.
That's true. We have the power of friendship, as we can see from the from Shakira looking down at us. Okay. So Harpy power 10. All right, so here we go. So Trifid, are you able to do this now that we're doing this in a more reasonable theoretical fashion? So again, the way it works is all we do is, and it's all coming from you. So if you roll a 2 to 7, the monster reduces us by 2 points. If we roll an 8 to 12, we reduce its power by 2 points. And then at the end of each fight, we restore our power to 1 less than what it was before the fight began. Yeah, Effect Life, yes. Because every time you win a fight, unless that's too much, Trifid. If that's too much rolling, someone else can take over. Because you've done a lot of it already. Can we have someone else? Is someone else willing to roll 2 6-sided dice for us? Can we have someone else to take over for that? Because I don't want to, because you have done a lot of the dice rolling. You got work stuff to do too. For you, I know. If you yeah, because every time you win a fight, you restore your power to 1 point less than what you started with. So best case scenario, we're going to go back to 13 at the end of the first fight, then go up to 12 at the end of the second fight. So right now with one stamina point, with 1 power point, even if we hit them all correctly, we would go to 0. And I think if power goes to 0, that means we get kicked out, I believe.
We get deaded.
We get deaded. Anyone?
Girl.
Anyone? Shikara. Anyone? Does anyone want to take over for Trifid on the die rolling scale? Can I get a die roller from someone? Is someone else willing to roll the dice? Exactly. Yes. That's right, Effect Life. Yep. We start the next one with 13, and then if we win that one, we start the next one with 12. All right, Effect Life. I think you're in. To give us luck, chat, I'm going to eat not the last piece. So I have one of these left, but the second to last of this. Oh wait, actually, there are 2 slices here. So the second to last slice of this milk chocolate Terry's chocolate orange, which was sent to me by Dragonspear.
Nice.
This should give us luck and power, which is what we need.
And sugar.
Sugar. And chocolate. Okay, Effect Life.
Chocolate is a vegetable.
It has many of the 4 food groups.
Yes.
Oh, man. All right, Effect Life, here we go. The chocolate orange power-up should go to the dice roller. If I had not already restored to maximum, I'd be on board with that. But yes, indeed. 2d6, please, Effect Life. And we're looking for 8 to 12s here.
Okay, this one is also done.
Awesome. So, yeah, do you have any thoughts about how to make and I'll read you the description, the gross, bloated creature Morpheus, the source of all nightmares. Body has no definite form, but seethes with the stuff of nightmares, foul creatures, great and small. 5 plus 2 is 7. No, I said 8 to 12. No, that's fine. Okay, 12 points. That's all right.
Gross, bloated creature, that is what?
It is a gross, bloated creature, the source of all nightmares for the races of Titan. His body has no definite form, but seethes with the stuff of nightmares, foul creatures, great and small. 6 plus 1 equals 7. Oh, man. Are these those Belgian dice, Effect Life, that I've heard rumors of? The Belgians great on chocolate, not so great on dice. Is that true? No, Kraken ones. Also 4 + 1 = 5. Oh no. I mean, all we need to do, honestly, we just need to take this thing down and then we get all this power back. It's a good thing I saved. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. 5 + 1 = 6. Oh my goodness. Clearly the Kraken wants Boss to win, Boss being the Lord of Monsters in this case. That's true. That's true. Kraken feels... Man, you'd think the Kraken dice would have been infused with the positivity of ArvCon. 11. All right, there we go. This is like watching a Dark Tower fight and just hearing the da-da, da-da, and then finally da-da, which is the one time you win a round. All right, it's down to 8.
Not good at drawing horror stuff.
Well, otherwise there is the Harpy, a winged demon that's slashing at us with her talons.
No, I'm trying.
Or the Claw Beast, or the Wraith. 6 + 3 is 9. Aha, there we go. Da-da. That's what we need to do, is start adding Dark Tower sound effects. That changes everything, chat. It's a game changer. Game changer. All right, Effect Life. Good, good, good. Let's keep this up. I like what I see. No. Not a 3. Not a 3. Okay, we have to win 3 rounds before it wins 2 rounds. That's what this comes down to. And then, like I said, it's fine because it resets. But 11. All right. Da-da. Okay. 4 power. 4 + 1. Da-da. Okay, we got to win 2 rounds in a row. $10. Okay. Da-da. Got to win 1 more round. 1 more round. This will be quite a comeback, by the way, if this somehow pulls out. We pull this out. Okay, so 3 + 1 is 4. So that means we lose. But here's the thing now. This is what it reads. It says if you lose all 3 battles, that's literally the text. If you lose all 3 battles, you were unable to remain in the dream world and you flip back. So what that says to me is we lost the battle to the Harpy, but now we fight against the Claw Beast and we reset it to 13. So we have to lose all 3 battles to get kicked out. Doesn't that sound right to you, chat? It says, at the end of each fight, restore your power to 1 less than what it was before the fight began. If you lose all 3 battles, you're unable to remain in the dream world, and you flip back to 73 with no chance to return here. It's best of 3. But it sounds like it's not even that. It's just you can't lose all 3 of them, which is a little bit better balancing, honestly. Still not. I still feel good about us moving this back. So it's okay. You have another chance, Effect Life. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You need to win at least 1 of them. Yeah, exactly. So that's the good news. The bad news is that this second dude has more stamina or more power than the last one did. But still not more than us. Power 12. Done multitasking. Yeah, 1 of 3. Just have to win 1. That's literally what the text says. So I'm going with that. Okay, so here we go. Let's do this, Effect Life. Let's make this happen. There we go. Cooking with gas. Let's start out. Did you know, by the way, chat, that the cooking with gas thing, now we're cooking with gas, that was something which was pushed by the gas industry when they started putting gas stoves in the mid-20th century in America, and they even got Bob Hope, a comic, to work that phrase into his act. So since now we've learned that gas stoves are not great for you, I should probably move away and be like, now you're cooking with solar or something. It's just marketing. Exactly. Okay, we lose 2 points there, so we're down to 11. The Claw Beast has 10. I didn't know that. I didn't know that that was where the phrase had originally come from. Okay. 6. All right, we lose 2. Like our image of Santa, yeah. Yeah, well, yes, I knew that was marketing related, yeah. Chris Cola. Oh no. We're getting ripped up in this dream world. Teamwork makes the dream work. We almost pulled out that last fight though. We almost pulled out that last fight. It was close. Which actually, if we had won, all we basically needed to do at that point, that would have been enough to get through it, right? So, okay, 4 + 5 is 9. Okay, da-da. It's my fault. I stopped using the Dark Tower cues. Five plus 3 equals 8. Okay, da-da. Nice, nice. Now we have now gone ahead of it again, this claw beast. One plus 2 is 3. I'd say that's probably the first time that's ever happened. Yes, Emily. I'd say that's fair. Okay. Let me lost there. 5 power. The claw beast has 6 power. 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay, we can only afford to lose one more round. We need to get back on this thing. 10. Okay. Okay, so he's at 4. We're at 3. We can do this. We can make this happen. We built this city. Boom, boom. We built this claw beast on rock and roll. 5 plus 1 is 6. Oh, no. Is this going to be exactly like the last fight? Okay, we need to defeat it twice. We need 2 rounds in a row. You could do it. 8 to 12 twice. Make it happen. No. Oh, no. Fail. All right, well, we have lost to the claw beast. So we reset to 1 point below where it started, which was 12. That was 13, so now we're up to 12. The problem now is that we're fighting the Wraith. And the Wraith has power 14, which is more than us, to be clear. All right, but listen, maybe luck is going to work in our favor, right? The law of averages says we should get a couple rounds in on this guy. So we can do this. It can work out, Effect Life. We can do it. We need to do this before Atari stops making her incredibly horrifying image of this nightmare creature. You could do it, Effect Life. Let's make it happen.
Sadly, not very original, but oh well.
Where are you taking it? Where is it from? Is it
just general like horror figure? Like, just slap a bunch of disfigured human-ish looking body parts on there.
Right. Yep. 4 plus 1 equals 5. Oh no. I have a feeling we're going to be reloading our save, chat. I'm sensing this coming. 6 plus 6 is 12. All right, that's good. I wish that we had critical hits in this, in the dream world, but sadly we do not. I like the idea that the Wraith just sits there like a Nazgul or a freaking Dementor and is just like literally hovering. I feel like I'm in first grade math now. Followed by double ones. Yeah, that's unfortunate. 6 power, and it has 12 power, which means we can afford to lose 2 rounds, and it needs to lose 6 rounds. Well, okay. We're in very big trouble. Very big trouble. Very big trouble. Eight, okay. Da-da. The problem with the Harpy was that we lost like 3 rounds in a row at the very beginning of the fight. So we were just behind the 8 ball. We almost came back to win it, but... All right, it's power 8. We need to win 4 rounds before it wins 2. We need to win 4 rounds before it wins 1. We can do it. Come on. Make it happen. Let's go. Come on, channel all the power of Europe, all the power of Belgium, all the power of where you... Oh, well. I was doing Effect Life's like, sorry. Okay, well, we lost, which means we flip back to 73, and as it tells us, our lifeless body drops to the ground.
Cool.
So what that means is deaths equals 2. That's what that means. I'm glad that I gave us a save point. All right, well, we're going to go back up to the 14 power. We're going to try this again, starting with the Harpy. We only need to win one of these fights, remember. We only need to win one of these. We have 2 deaths now. 2 deaths. Maybe I'll switch out my dice. Yeah, that's probably a good call. I'm not superstitious about that stuff, but there is a certain point where I'd be like, yo, this is not how we do things. Yeah, seriously. I agree, too, that it should go in a blunderbuss. Absolutely agree. Okay. 5 plus 4 equals 9. Okay, so good start. Good start. Already a better start than the last time. Down to 8. Yeah, no, for sure. In fact, science dice, I think it's called science dice, claim that they're done in a certain way so that they reduce that, so it's not even weighted because they scientifically balance them or something. So think about the angles of it too. All right, so we've won 2 in a row. We've already started out much better. That's what I like to see. Okay. So far, we've got... And another one. Another Harpy bites the dust. Are these the same? Actually, don't answer this question. Never mind. Ignore me. Just continue to do what you're doing. I'll ask you after the fight about the dice. One plus 1 is 2, so we lose 2 points there. But 6 plus 5 is 11, so we win there. So now we just need to win 1 round before it wins 6. Now we are the ones with power. Okay, we have to win 1 round before it wins 5. Right. That's what science dice supposedly figured out a way to balance. 2 plus 2. Okay, that's all right. We just have to win 1 round before it wins 4. We only have to win 1 round before it wins 3. We can do it. Just 1 round. Just 1 round. Oh, my goodness heavens. That's very funny.
This thing is disgusting.
8. There we go. Down goes the Harpy. Huzzah. Okay. So there's no reason for us to fight these other fights, right? Because we've already won the one that we needed. And it's the only thing it's going to do. Well, let me think about that, though. But we would fight each fight, but it's going to be set to what it was before. So what that means is, okay, so we're just going to skip the fights because we only need to get through. Whether we win or lose, it doesn't matter because we've won the one fight that we needed to. So that means that we get to stay in the dream world, and our power now is at 11 because we had 14 to start. We set it to 1 after the Harpy fight. That's 13. After the Clawbeast fight, we would set it to 12. And then after the last fight, the Wraith fight, we would be to 11. So that's the way that would actually work. Okay. So we have done it. Congratulations, Effect Life. You're going to be needed again in a minute here. So now, instead of facing separate monsters, you must fight Morpheus himself. This is who you see Tari making. The conglomerate of nightmare monsters who is trying to absorb you. Since Morpheus is no mere illusion, but a creature of the dream world, then you can be killed in this dream battle. Conduct the battle as if it were normal combat, but substitute power for stamina. Interesting. Now, the good news is he does not have great skill. He has a lot of stamina, but he does not have great skill. So Morpheus has skill of 8, but he has stamina, by which we mean power, of 20. So we basically, for this fight, we're actually using power instead of stamina. That's what the text says. So that's actually better for us than stamina. So we have 11 stamina. He's got 20 stamina, but we have 2 better skill. So that means we do have the advantage in this fight. So with that said, let's do this. So this time, he is going to be rolling. So he starts with a 7, which means he's a 15. So we need a 5 to tie or a 6 to beat, Effect Life, on 2 6-sided dice. 5 to tie, 6 to beat. One plus 2 is 3. Are you sure these are the same dice? Are you sure that... Okay. So we're going to drop to 9 there as power. Once again, 7. Okay, we have 7 again. Okay, so once again, we need a 5 to tie, 6 to beat. They're different Kraken dice. I'm beginning to wonder about Kraken's QA in terms of in terms of what we're rolling. Okay, so we just need a 5 to tie and a 6 to beat. We got a 5, so it's a tie. All right, no harm, no foul. This time he got a 6, so we need a 4 to tie and a 5 to beat. 4 to tie, 5 to beat.
Oh, I don't know which song is currently on for you, but the one that's currently playing for me has like a roar, roar, roar in the background.
Oh, really?
Very fitty.
Mine right now is The Lost City. I think I was there before. 9. Okay, good stuff. So he is down to 18 power. Okay.
The Mage's Towers is currently playing for me.
The Mage's Towers.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That is... Oh, yeah, you're like right. Yeah, you're right behind me. So, okay. Someone buy your student loan for pennies in the dollar and cancel it, please. I'm sorry to hear that illness. And that is what should be happening in the world, you know, in America anyway. Hang in there, man. I know that feeling. Believe me, I know that feel. 10. Okay, so that's 18. So we need an 8 to tie, a 9 to beat on this next one, Effect Life. 8 to tie, a 9 to beat. Surely it can't be that hard. It's true. We just need to get John Oliver to do it. 6. Too bad. Okay, so we're down to 7 stamina.
Need John Oliver to do what?
To cancel student debt. Like he was doing this whole, he did this whole piece on it. Okay, 13 here. So this one, all we need is a 3 to tie and a 4 to beat, Effect Life. 3 to tie, a 4 to beat. 7. Okay, good. That's good stuff. That's plenty. Okay, it's down to 16. We have 7 powered as 16. This time he rolls a 4. It's a 12. So a 2 to tie, a 3 to beat. Just roll higher than a 2. 7. Okay. That will do it. Let's see. And actually, hang on. Don't roll again for a second. I want to double check something. Okay, chat, I want to ask a question. We have the Potion of Fortune, which restores luck to initial and adds 1, right? Do you want to use luck here? And the reason why is if we test our luck and we are lucky, we would take another 2 stamina points off of him. Now, if we are unlucky, we would only drop him by 1 stamina point, 1 power point. But it feels to me like we've got to be close to the end, and we have this Potion of Fortune that after we've got it low enough, we can just drink it and add 1 to our initial. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking we should use luck for this, but I want to ask chat. Should we use luck? This is not a poll. Just tell me in chat. Should we use the luck? Should we use luck for this or not? Because what we'll do is we'll use it over the next couple of rounds to see if we can do more damage to this thing. And then we'll drink the Potion of Fortune afterwards. So is that a yes or a no, chat? What do you think? And Arendt, is that yay in response to what I just asked? Or is it something else? Boy, that creature. Eesh.
He's friend-shaped.
Yeah, he's French. He is definitely something. Rude knows thumbs up. Arendt is yes. If Lux gets away from points and averts eyes, yes. Well, that's fair enough. Okay. So then what I would like you to do then here, Effect Life, can you rule so you're going to go 2 6-sided dice again. This time you want an 11 or less because that's what we have. If we get an 11 or less, we're going to do 2 more points of damage to this dude. So 2 6-sided dice, 11 or less. 5. Okay, cool. So 10 luck, and he is down to 12 stamina. Okay, we're going to do that again next round. Okay, so for once I'm happy with this roll. Exactly, plus you got that out of the way. Okay, he rolls a 5, so that's a 13. So we need a 3 to tie, a 4 to beat. So we're going to, this is for the combat roll. Then I'm going to ask you to roll to see if we're lucky again. He's a friendly cartoon version of the monster under the bed. 6 plus 2 is 8.
Neighborhood sleep paralysis demon.
Exactly. Okay, good stuff. Now, Effect Life, if you could do me a favor and roll 2 6-sided dice. This time you're trying for a 10 or less. So we're trying to make sure that we are lucky. And if so, then we will do 2 more points of stamina to this guy. I just thought of it because I'm like, we have this potion of fortune we've been carrying around. We got to be close to the end. And this guy is a lot. Okay, so we are indeed lucky. We can probably get away with doing that one more time. So he's down to 8 points of power now. Okay, back to the regular combat. He rolls an 11. I apologize unreservedly for rolling an 11 there. That's a 19. So we're going to need a 9 to tie or a 10 to beat. I really hope that we get our power back after this.
I'll take the power back.
Take a power. Not fight the power in this case. Check you out. Check that out. A 20. Look at Effect Life coming clutch into the stretch here. Okay, so that's 6. Now I need you to roll a 9 or less. That was a big roll. I need you to roll a 9 or less on these 2 Effect Life to see if we're lucky. If so, then we will have dropped him down to 4 stamina. And then we're going to drink the Potion of Fortune and stop using luck. And we were lucky. Good stuff. Okay, we're going to drink that Potion of Fortune now, which will restore us back up to our initial and add 1. So now we're up to 13 luck, which is pretty badass. Okay. Now, once again, now back to the regular combat, back to your regularly scheduled combat. That was a big roll, Effect Life. Okay, 5. So he has a 13, so we need a 3 to tie and a 4 to beat. Okay. What did I just say? He rolled a 13, so we need a 3 to tie. Well, we tied, so that was good. Oh, man, no, he rolls a 10 again. So it's an 18. Okay, we need an 8 to tie. Wow, look at you. Okay, so we're down to 2 stamina. Now, so stop rolling for a second. Good stuff. Now, chat, we have to be really careful with this because this is what this entry reads, and I have a serious spidey sense tingling thing going on here. It says, quote, will you stop fighting Morpheus when his power reaches 2 or 1, or will you finish him off? Now, here's why I'm worried about finishing him off. I have never, in all of my time of playing any fighting fantasy game book, had a moment where it's like, do you want to go all the way and kill him or not? Which indicates to me that there may be a reason that we want to be careful about holding on to him. So I'm going to open up a chat. I'm going to open up a poll here. $vote space 1 says we don't kill him all the way because he's down to 2 power. So $vote space 1 says we've weakened him, but we don't kill him. $vote space 2 says we do kill him. So we have to be really careful because I've never seen that before, which makes me worry. Why would it ask us that unless it knew that it would be a problem? You understand what I mean? So this is not based on any inside info. It's just literally I see that and I'm like, what? So that worries me a lot. I don't know. Maybe he'll become our friend. Maybe Tara's right.
Friend-shaped.
It's not quite the end of the book, Effect Life. It's close. I love the 2 eyes in the background. They almost look like, hi. If we kill him, maybe we don't get out of the dream. That's true, Arinth, because we're in the dream right now, right? So, and it's a nightmare. So if he's the source of all nightmares and we kill him, then we die too, right? Because he's all the nightmares. Wow. Maybe that's it. All right, let's see what happens. Last call, last call. Take that risk and scum save, yeah. Going once. Going twice. Vote for don't kill. That's this one. That's number one. $sign vote space one. Okay, I'll do both. I mean, we're gonna do the one that says that we don't do that. Let me read you what would have. So we voted to say that we would spare him. If we had killed him, this is what it says would happen. He puts up no resistance, and in your dream you cut him to pieces, slashing ferociously as if to avenge all the races of Titan. But since he is the source of nightmares, and since you were in a nightmare, in killing him you kill your dream body and is no longer connected to your sleeping self. Your power is drained. Your physical body jerks once and is still forever. Anyone who finds your corpse will wonder at its unmarked state. Interesting. So we would have died. Although I guess we would have stopped nightmares forever. That's interesting. It would have destroyed all nightmares for the rest of like creation. Interesting. So that's what would have happened if we had killed him. But we did not, though. We did not. Instead, we do this. In your dream, you have been wielding a sword like Talessa, but one which burns with bright fire. Yeah, kind of, Varud. No, exactly. You refrain from the final scything blow, which would scatter Morpheus to the winds. Since you are dreaming, you dare not kill the source of your dream. With a howl of frustration, Morpheus's conglomerate body falls apart. You have temporarily broken the bonds that hold his nightmare parts together. He will be rejoined someday. The world will not be rid of nightmares, but many will sleep more peacefully tonight. Victory is yours, and you feel a tremendous surge of energy. Restore your power points to the level they were at before you entered Morpheus's cavern. I don't even remember what that was. I mean, it's at least 14, but before we entered the cavern? Yeesh, I don't remember. Does anyone remember what our original power was?
Nope.
I
regularly forget my own debit card pin, so...
It must have been around this because you roll both dice and add 6 to get your starting power. So it probably was this because the initial still said 14. The only thing is that power, you can increase initial power, which most of them you can't. Yeah, I agree, Ridno. That makes sense. Okay. You now have to decide whether to face Ishtra himself in the dream world or the real world. Ooh. You can feel his presence drawing near, and you know that as a demon prince who has taken on some form in the earthly plane, he will simultaneously occupy both worlds. Will you choose to meet him in the dream world, or will you choose to meet him in the real world? Interesting.
So, to recap, what do we know about Ishtra?
So, this is what we know about Ishtra. We know that there are 2 ways to defeat him. Both require power, but one requires physical artifacts. To be honest, I'm a little worried about that because we've only got one single bowl, and we've got a silver bow. So we don't have a whole lot of artifacts. So I don't know what that means. But anyway, both require power. One requires physical artifacts. We can't use spells in Ishtra's domain. We know that that Ishtra is... Well, we can't use spells against him in the dream world. We might be able to use spells against him in the real world, although it doesn't necessarily... It has to give you that option in the book. So, yeah. So that's basically what we know, I think, about Ishtra. So, chat, the question is, real dream world or real world? Also, it says... I just look, and if we were holding a green pendant, we would have been utterly destroyed. So I'm glad that we didn't have that. So, okay, so $ vote space 1 means we meet him in the dream world. $ vote space 2 means we meet him in the real world. And we might not even be given the option because you probably need a lot of power, so I don't know.
Yeah, what I'm wondering is whether or not oh, sorry, my nose is runny. Like, because in when we faced off against Morpheus, right? Like,
Right.
it was the whole thing about we kill him, then we also die, but he's also dead for good.
Right.
So, like, I'm wondering if we face Ishtar in a dream world, if we're gonna have a similar
That's a good question. I don't know.
thing.
I mean, the thing is that Morpheus only exists in the dream world, whereas Ishtra exists in both. So I don't know whether that changes anything. But yeah, it's a good question. I have no idea. I don't know, chat. I could go either way.
Okay, so this guy's done.
That he's done, and he's also done. He's scary. So that's good. That means we have about 15 minutes to a half hour, Tari, which gives you enough time to do Ishtra.
Yes.
Ishtra the demon.
But first, I need to find a tissue.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so vote 1 for Dreamworld. We have more power than stamina at the moment. Yeah, and we may not even be given the option. Like, we will see. We may not even be given that option. Because it might ask us to have a certain power score.
Yellow.
Welcome back.
Getting a bit tired.
All right, we're getting the votes in to see where we're going to face him.
Oh, so what does Ishtar look like?
That has not described him yet because we haven't decided what area we're seeing him in.
I see. That means I need to wait.
So should be here.
Have our friend back in the meantime.
Ah! Get this voted quickly, chat. We don't have to look at Morpheus anymore. Oh, look at that. It's the cover. It's the Actually, you know what? I bet that thing on the cover is Morpheus.
Yeah, that would check out.
But that's cooler than that.
Hey, Katja. There's a cat here. Looking at me.
Hello, Lorelai. Okay. All right. So we have decided to face him in the dream world. Okay, let's see. So, if you choose to meet him in the dream world, turn to 160. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. If your power score is 22 or more, well, it isn't. Otherwise, turn to 292. You decide that however high your power score, this is one fight you cannot hope to win in the dream world. You cross over to the real world instead. See, it doesn't want to let us do it because our power is not high enough. Okay, it says, in the course of your adventures, you may have acquired some artifacts which were numbered, and some which were linked with special numbers. Add together the numbers of all the artifacts you have and turn to the paragraphs whose number is the same as the total. Well, we have a bowl with number 9, and we have a silver bough from an elder tree, which had 22 branches. So that's 31. Does that work? It says if you can't do this, or if the paragraph you turn to doesn't make sense at this point of your adventure, you have to turn to something else. So, 31 does not work. And 9 does not work. So we don't have the artifacts. Oh, no. You have no choice but to face Ishtra with your weapon. He bursts into your field of vision with the sound of a thunderbolt and the smell of corruption. Demon princes take many forms. You see him as a goat-headed crocodile which stands on 2 legs and has livid green fire playing over the surface of its body. I have a picture for this I'll show you all. But whatever form a demon prince takes, he cannot be defeated by mortal weapons, as you have known since the start of your adventure. Ishtra delights in fire. He blasts you into oblivion with a single fireball. Well, crap. Okay, so then I have a way to get around that. First of all, I'll show you this picture. And then Tari can see this too. So it looks like this.
Cat, stop cuddling the microphone. Thank you. I see. So it's like a lizard with a goat head.
It's like a lizard with a demon goat head. That's basically him with fire. Clearly a lot of fire.
Yeah.
So that's him. So here's my suggestion, chat, since obviously there's no real way to work around this the other way. While Tari's doing the final drawing, my suggestion is that... Sorry, go ahead. beg your pardon.
I said sorry, cat, because the cat now has to
because
leave my arms.
What about this? My suggestion is that we forget about the part that says if your power score is 22 or more, and we just go and fight him anyway. Because I think it's probably we're not going to win it anyway. But it'll give us a fighting chance to see what this last sort of thing is. This is obviously the end of the book either way. So I'm going to do a little bit of executive decision here and do that. So if we had the power score, what it says is Ishtra breaks into your field of vision with a clap like a thunderbolt, looking the way I've described. The air around him surges like a wave. Demon princes take many forms. You see him as a goat-headed crocodile, blah, blah, blah. Despite his fearsome appearance, you sense that he is afraid of you, and you soon realize why. He is facing the combined power of the Arvanauts.
Power of friendship.
There's a balancing reason, I think. Yeah. I'm basically just cheating. We did not win the book. We're seeing how these things kind of went through. So demons are fixed. They cannot grow or change. Mortals are not fixed, and you have managed to gain more power than your opponent. Sure you have. Nevertheless, his skill is high because he is at home in this dream world. He does not pause to taunt you, but hurls his first fireball at you to start this battle. With a prayer to your gods in the back of your mind, you boldly engage him. Okay, so here's the thing with Ishtra. He has a skill of 10. And he has a stamina or a power score of 21. So 10 and 21 versus our 10, and we're still using power, so 10 and 14. So it's 10 and 14 versus 10 and 21, which means he has a 7-point advantage. Now, we can still use our luck to try to even up the odds here a bit. Yeah, we're playing, exactly. We didn't win, but we're playing an alternate because we're at the end. That's right. Okay, so here we go, Effect Life. Let's see how we would do in this. And for the record, I have really enjoyed this book, despite the fact that it's exceedingly difficult. So I have enjoyed it quite a bit, mostly because it's produced amazing drawings from Tari.
It is the Dark Souls of game books.
It is. It's the Dark Souls of fighting fantasy game books. It's true. Okay, so we begin with
the Dark Souls of live streams.
Wait, is that good? I guess
it's a joke about how like the term. It's the Dark Souls of Dark Souls.
No, I know about that.
The Dark Souls of
I was imagining whether, but it's always like when it's the worst of, and I was like, oh god, this live stream is the Dark Souls.
No, it's like it doesn't have anything to do with like the quality of it, just with the difficulty.
So then I can safely say Tari is the Dark Souls of illustrators, of artists, right? The Dark Souls of artists.
Well, I am a very difficult person, so.
Oh no. Okay.
I guess that checks.
Okay, 13, and you rolled a 5. So actually, that first one struck. Wait, hold up. Do it. All right, so reloading to reduce delay. 1 moment. Okay, so 6 plus 6 is 12. I'm gonna save that for the next hit because actually no, we are lucky. Never mind. So what we're doing here is, chat, we're using luck because we have to in this situation. So we have a 13. So even though Effect Life rolled a double 6s for 12, we're still lucky because of our incredible luck score. So that means we got 2 more points off of Mr. Ishtra there. So now we're back into our regular combat rolls. So Ishtra rolls a 7. That means he has a 17. So here we need a 7 to tie and an 8 to beat. 7 to tie and 8 to beat, and then we can roll for luck again, which we will be lucky automatically because of the power of reality. Oh, no. It's 2 plus 4 is 6. So we lose 2 points of power. So never mind the luck. We don't have to do that. Okay. He rolls a 12. Okay. I apologize unreservedly. Okay. We know the drill. He has the same skill as us. We need a 12. Roll that 12.
This one is also friend-shaped.
Also friend-shaped. Yes. You rolled a 7, a 6 plus 1. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. Okay. Here we get an 8. So we need
El Chupacabra. Isn't that one also like a goat demon?
I think that's right, yeah. The Chupacabra. Although I don't think that, but the bottom isn't a crocodile though. I think your 3s are working worse than the other Kraken dice did. So, all right, we got a 7. 7 to tie, 8 to beat. Okay, we tied him. Okay. Next one he rolled was once again a 7. This time he rolls a 3. So now a 3 to tie or a 4 to beat. It's like they were in league. Aha, okay. So now I'd like you to roll 2 6-sided dice again, Effect Life, to test our luck. We will definitely be lucky, but just to be fair, we're trying to keep it, even though we've had to, this is an alternate universe, we're trying to keep it, reasonable. So you have to clear the dice, as we always say. We would have been, wow. So that would have worked anyway. Okay, so he loses 4 points there. 13, okay. All right, he's got 13. We've got 6. 13 to 6. This one, he rolls a 7. So here we go. 7 to tie. Nope, didn't get that. Down to 4. Okay. He rolls a 9. It isn't helping that I've been rolling decently well for him this time, too. 5, yep. We're in trouble. A 5, okay. 5 to tie, 6 to beat. Okay, 7. Okay, now roll for luck. Let's see if we can knock him down by 4 points. Roll for luck. 11 or less on 2 dice. Roll for luck. Okay, good. We were lucky. He's down to 10. All right, that's down to 10, which means he's down to 9. Okay, we just have to win. All right, he rolled a 7. We just have to get 3 more successful combat rounds plus luck. So we rolled a 7. 8. Nice. Okay, now roll for luck. Oh, wait, actually, did you roll the 8? Did you roll 2 8s in a row? Did you roll 8 for combat and 8 for luck, Effect Life, or did you just roll 8 for combat? Sorry, I didn't stop to check. Okay, so then roll again to see if we're lucky. We need a 10 or less. A 10 or less. We can do it. 6 for luck. Nice. Okay. So now he's down to 5. We have an outside shot. We need to win 2 rounds, basically, before he wins 1. Ah, damn it with these rolls. I rolled an 8. Okay, come on. We can do it. 8. A tie. Woo! Okay. I rolled a 7 this time. Okay, a 7. So we just need a 7. 7 or better. 8, actually, 8 would hit him, so...
So, those of you who have not been following me on like Tumblr.
Oh wait! Before you go on, sorry, Tari.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
We do have a shot though. We can roll luck so that he only grazes us. So go ahead and roll your luck, Effect Life. 9 or less means that we're lucky and we only take 1 of those points. That is part of the rules. Okay, so that's 8. We're down to 1. Okay. So we have 2 more rounds now. Now we're out of everything. Now we just have to do what we can. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Tari. I beg your pardon.
No, that's fine. This is like some very interesting contrast stuff to what I've been posting and drawing lately, because I've been on a
roll an 8 or less. Effect Life for luck. Sorry.
pony drawing spree lately. So this is very very different from that. So. Which is nice.
I love that look, by the way. The that contrast is really awesome.
Thank you.
6. We are lucky, so we dropped into 1 point. Okay. So here we go. Now we don't have to use luck for this last one, unless we get hit, but let's hope we don't. He rolls an 11. God, what is wrong with my dice rolls today? Okay. You can do it. You're going to roll an 11. Roll an 11. You can do it. Ah. Oh, damn. Wah, wah. Well, we are destroyed. We are destroyed. I will say that in the alternate world, we would have rid Titan of Ishtra and his army would have fallen apart. That's what would have happened. But we did get to the end, though. We did get all the way to the end. We just didn't pick up all the artifacts. This one was brutal. Who wrote this? Robin Waterfield. I like this one a lot because of the power element and the dream element of it, but this was hard. Like this was a hard book. And so we even had to alter it because of the whole situation with the power amounts. I think the only thing I felt was not reasonable. Exactly, Effect Life. We only had 14 points. The thing that I think was not reasonable was, one, there were very few places to get provisions, and you don't start with any. They were like, oh, as an elf, you can find food in the forest. I'm like, okay, but you never gave us any. So there was that.
What forest?
Right. So there was that. The second thing was the fact that the power amount, now the power can go above the initial level, it's true. But the fact that you had to go in there with that high a power score made it very difficult. But what they would say is, well, yeah, but you could also find these artifacts. So this is one of those books where very clearly they expected you to make like multiple runs, to sort of get to that section. That's what would have happened if you had rolled it that way. My unlucky shirt. This is my shirt with the dragon holding a D20. I thought it would, inspire us. Anyway, so...
Well, you thought wrong.
I thought wrong. Grendel Flutterbane, unfortunately, was not able to pull it out. But it was a very dramatic, impressive way to close this out. While Tari's finished this drawing, I'm going to show you folks what we'll do for our next book. Arvin is with dragons. What tentacles are with Darksaber? I do like dragons, it's true. Dragons are cool. Although my favorite mythical creature is actually the phoenix. But...
What? I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. I've always liked the concept of the phoenix. Okay. All right, that is saved. So let me, we're going to go through the drawings as we always do, but let me go get the book that we're going to be doing next time, which I think Tari might be excited by, actually.
Although this is the first time we lost the book. Oh, Greg is gone. Well, rip. Yeah, he's the worst. Yeah. Terrible person. Hate hanging out with him. Just the worst. Hi, Greg. Oh, he doesn't have his headphone back on. Hi.
Hi. What happened?
Totally didn't trash talk you while you were gone.
What? I see all these lols. Tari, you could dish dirt on Arv, some kind of health situation. Lol, please don't stop. Yeah, I see how it is. It's fine. I will listen back to it at the end. Okay. Chat, I think that you're going to be excited about this one because I just have a feeling Tari will like this too. Our next one, which is book 29, by the way, in the series, is this one. I'm going to full screen it for a minute. Midnight Rogue. And the description is, danger lurks in every corner of Port Blacksand, infamous city of evildoers. The last time we were in Port Blacksand was when we went after Zanzibar Bone in, I think it was City of Thieves or something like that. You are an apprentice in the Thieves Guild of Port Blacksand. Tonight is the testing time, the climax of your training. Your mission is to find and steal a priceless gem, the Eye of the Basilisk, and the special skills you have learned will be tested to the limit. Many terrors lie in wait in the darkness of this evil city's back streets and alleys. Will you be able to accomplish your dangerous task? You have until morning to prove yourself. So, Midnight Rogue, our job is to try to get a gem, to get this gem. So we're going to be a thief.
Very nice.
Trying to get this gem. And I figured people would be excited by that. After the very, very strong weirdness of this last one, which I liked. But this looks like it's a little more straight ahead. Yes, thank you, Effect Life. Great work on these rolls. And Triffit for starting us out that way. Yeah, I figured you'd like it because of the Roderick thing, Echo. I figured you would be a fan of it.
name rings a bell. Who was Roderick again?
Right, exactly. Roderick
Oh,
is
my voice cracking.
who is Roderick? No, it wasn't like that. See,
Who is Roderick?
Roderick is Echo Alpha's character from the D&D with viewers. No, community D&D that we have been playing on here, which has been on hiatus, which hopefully will resume. It featured Drew, the Damager, formerly known as Rock God, and Triffid and Echo, and Hoodie, who is streams on another channel, and with Shadowed Mage as the DM. So that's who it was. And Echo played a rogue. It was a dark elf rogue, right, Echo? Was it a dark elf rogue? I think, maybe. You had to become a human rogue. I see. Because you have problems doing the Russian accent. Happens to the best of us. So that's what we'll be doing in our next one. A drow elf rogue named Shakunis with a black rat named Sunyo as companion. Yep.
So this thing turned out looking like a chicken, kind of, but that's fine.
But it's a demonic chicken
Yes.
that you definitely would not want. I love the
Madre de Dios, este pollo diablo.
I love again, it feels like a woodcut. I love the woodcut sort of feel of this as it there. So it's good stuff. That's cool. So let's take a look and see what we did then, Tari, for our drawings here. And actually, maybe I was gonna say all the way to the beginning. Can you go all the beginning of the whole thing? Oh God.
There.
No, can you go to the beginning of the book? Do you have those or no?
Well, I have the problems when we started the book.
You were doing physical
traditionally.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well then as far as the digital that you have.
Yeah. Okay, so that's like last session.
Okay. I remember that Echo. Yep. Okay, so we started. That was Grendel Flutterbane, whose job it was to try to take down Ishtra.
Yes.
And then next, we had that battle. That was cool. That might have been my favorite part of the book, was when we were like running through the trees, chat, and like chasing a bunch of dark elves were chasing us. So we had to like maneuver so we could fight like in between the trees, basically. I really like this illustration because the silhouette thing. You might have a future as an artist, Dragonspear says. Tari.
Thank you.
This is when we became a salamander. No. This is when he became a salamander, a cute little salamander who was in the dream world, moving down into the volcano, and not the evil salamander, which is not that. Then there was the Ganara, that was the goddess of fertility and the forest, I think, who told us about ways to defeat Ishtra, which apparently we didn't hear, at least not enough.
Well, to be fair, she doesn't have a mouth.
That's right, yeah, so there was that. Then we had Olaf, which had nothing to do with
no, that was just a warm-up.
Then we did this, which is really how the second half of this book felt to me, like just like stumbling along, like just, we had rough shape. So it was the just a flesh wound situation. That was very funny. Then we had this. This is really cool, by the way. This was in the middle of this. So this is when we were literally swimming into this sea that Ishtra could not touch, and like in our dream world, and like exploring and all that stuff. This is what I mean, though. For something like this, we only got 2 power. I think we should have gotten more power from that, frankly, but we didn't. So still, I really like this. I love the little silhouetted octopus and fish and sharks and things like that in the background.
Thank you.
Very cool. So there was that. Then we had this. This is the actual terrifying. What do we call this? The Encargo? Encargo? Scorpion and Escargot. That was this one, who we managed to escape, although not by much, but we did manage to get away. And then we have the disguised dark elf. Like when we came out of the room, we're like, hey, what's up? Yo, yeah, I'm a dark elf. And yes, this was definitely, I love this. And then we had Shakira's cousin, Shakara, who we did defeat. Shakara was not happy with us. This was the jailer who was just like, yo. So we defeated Shakara and then left the prisoners right where they were, which seems a little interesting, but anyway. So there was that. Then we felt Morpheus. Pleasant dreams on this one tonight, chat. As this thing, the stuff of nightmares. But we did manage to defeat it, although only by kind of modifying the rules a bit at that point because of our power total, which led us finally to Ishtra. And this is Istra, and we didn't win against Istra. But that was, how many was that? Was that like 5 for today? Tari, that's got to be a record, right?
Wait.
1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 illustrations
Yes.
today. Wow. That is no joke. 8 illustrations today. So this was super cool. Tari, what was your favorite of the drawings that you did of the illustrations?
The last one actually.
This one? Very cool. He's actually rocking out to the Thief soundtrack end credit music now. Well, the angry salamander does not. That does not count.
Okay,
yeah,
bye.
It was funny when they all left. Yeah, that was really funny. I love that. So this was good, and it was a good test because we got a lot of good illustrations for this sort of weird kind of nowhere. Oh, look, you'll get, and this is the other reason Tara's gonna be excited for next one too, because check this out, chat. Look at that. Yeah. We got a map. And it's numbered. It's numbered, which might mean that we get to like travel to different places in the city and all. Yeah.
Do I see the hint of a coat of arms in the bottom there?
You do. There you go. That is the coat of arms. It looks like that's, I can't really read what that says. It looks like, I assume that's Black Sand's logo or something.
I have no idea.
There you go. So yeah, so we got a map in this. And this one is written by someone I'm not familiar with, Graham Davis, who I'm not familiar with, and it's illustrated by John Sibick. Yeah, and this stuff is more straight ahead. Like, I'm glad that we have Tari doing this because, well, I mean, they're fine.
Because?
They're fine. They're not, like, what we just saw was, like, really weird, but, like, this, for instance. Okay, it's a vault. Like, that's exciting, you know? So your imaginativeness, I think, will be of use to us there when we get that. What are the letters under the dragon? The letters under the dragon are, it looks like, Pallorim? Pallorim, I think. Right underneath the whole thing is the maker of the map, Steve Luxton, in 1987. But Pallorim, I can't really read it. But it's going to be good. And chat, you'll be part of us with this. So this is good timing because we were just about to wrap the stream anyway. So we will be able to next, and Tari is tired too and can get some sleep and some rest. But next time,
it's too early to sleep. But I'll probably just go read a bit.
That would also be good. And next time, Tari, we get to play a rogue and all that, and go into a city. So I will ask Tari, first of all, amazing work as always, Tari. Thank you so much for doing this. Where can people find you and track down your stuff and all that kind of good stuff?
People can follow me on Tumblr and on Instagram at TariToons. Same name on either. And otherwise, you can find me here on some Tuesdays. Ideally on 3 Tuesdays out of the month. If I'm not doing this, then I'm part of our new campaign that we just started.
Yes.
For the Lord of the Rings role-playing, which is a new port of the One Ring 2nd edition rules into 5th edition D&D.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a 2nd edition of Adventures in Middle-earth. It's just attempting the same thing that Adventures in Middle-earth did.
That's right.
But from scratch. But it's also the same writers. It's a bit complicated and convoluted. But yeah. So, and in this game, I play Granny Lavender, who is a little old hobbit lady. So that is a lot of fun.
And they had a run-in with an owl last time in our Shire adventures, so you will need to see more.
We sure had a hoot last time, didn't we, Gregory?
Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah. So yes, do please come check that out. I don't know when the next session is actually. We'll figure that out. But yeah, some Tuesdays.
Some Tuesdays.
Either at this time or, well, yeah, I guess at this time, quote unquote, or when we start the stream. So like either at noon Eastern Standard Time / 6 p.m. Central European Time, or you can find me here at 6. No, how many hours later? I don't know.
It's
Time zones are confusing.
5 p.m. Eastern for me, and I think it's 11 for you. Some
Yeah,
ungodly
that sounds about
hour,
right.
which I always feel bad at the end of it because Tari is exhausted at the end of it. But we do get to play Shire Adventures this way with the same crew, which is nice. So, and we are
It is
honored,
an amazing crew.
and it is, and we are honored to have, as I said privately, but we'll say publicly, we are honored to have Tari with us. She's a very good role player, and I love obviously having, and she's a good friend, and I really enjoy doing this. Even if Tari was just sort of hanging out with us, I would like that anyway. The fact that she's also a wonderful artist makes this an even better bonus, and you can tell that, chat, by looking not just at this, but by looking at the art that was done for Shire Adventures, which was 99% done by Tari. So for our campaign of it, that is. So yeah, so thank you, Tari. Great stuff. And I will see you next month for both Shire Adventures and for the next one of this. Chat, can we get some love for Tari? And Tari, thank you. And good luck with it.
Thank you for having me.
Feel better on the hay fever and the cold front.
You can't tell me what to do. You're not my real mom.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you were going to feel better, and that's the end of it. But no, feel better. Seriously, Tari, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All righty then. Good stuff, everybody. Good stuff. That was good stuff. And yes, internal is done, and there we go. Now, we're not quite done because we do have to just finish up with our next game command here. Very exciting. I'm really glad that we managed to get this all done because it was about the right amount of time, and now we get to do Midnight Rogue and kind of move ahead. I actually only have, I'm going to have to order more of these. They only published up to like book 21 or 22 in the US, and I had all of those. Then I had a bunch, although there were a couple that I had lost, I had to rebuy. Then we had the UK ones. The UK ones go up to like 50 or 51, and Ian Livingstone has actually just written a new one in the last year or two. And so they're up to like 50, 51. So I only have up to book 30. So I'm going to need to do another buying run after the next one. The next one after this, Midnight Rogue, is called Chasms of Malice, and we'll do that after Midnight Rogue. So a few months down the line, I'll have to look into getting some others to be sent, but that's fine. They've lasted a very long time, and I'm very pleased to have them and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, I will check that, Emily, after a stream. I will definitely check that. Okay, so with that said, one last thing we have to do today is the next game. So please get your vote in on this, chat. Right now, we are looking at between Detective Gallo, Metal Gear Solid, excuse me, and Star Control 2. Now, right now, Detective Gallo has 5 votes, Star Control 2 has 4 votes, and Metal Gear Solid has 1 vote. So now is your chance to get your votes in, because as soon as the stream comes to an end, which is going to be in the next 5 minutes, we will be closing up shop on this, and I will be playing that next week. So next week, I'll be playing the winner of the Patreon Field Chat Chosen Game of the Month, which, as I say, I will find out after you all tell me by your vote on things. So we will be doing that. So now is the time. Now is the time. And then as a reminder, I will be over on GOGCom's Twitch channel this afternoon at 4:15 p.m. Eastern for Talisman Adventures as we continue with that campaign. And then I will be back here at 9 p.m. Eastern for those of you who missed this announcement, the Our Vocalist continuing with Citizen Sleeper, but it is going to have some new folks involved. Little Red Dot had to step back because she's been promoted to marketing director of Kobold Press. Congratulations to her. It's very well deserved. So what that means is that she may or may not join us excuse me, in the future, but right now she's, obviously got other major fish to fry. So that's why. But she was able to recommend someone who might be a potential replacement. So tonight we have 2 new people. One of them is KP, and I posted the Twitter link for this earlier, who is a role player and does voice acting as well, and is a photographer too. And you have a chance to see, I can see so more of that stuff. So there's that. In fact, Echo, if you still have that link to the Twitter thing, you might want to, Oh, yeah, what Triffid just did that. That's great. Thank you, Triffid. So you can see them there. And then the other person that's new is going to be Sarah Kraus from Rem Alternus. Rem Alternus is a company that is a voice company that handles all of the audiobook stuff at the moment for Shadowrun and Battletech for Catalyst. So they are a company that handles that, and so they have voice actors. So Sarah Kraus, who's the, I think, CEO of that company, is going to be joining us for this as well, along with grizzled veteran Zach Clay. So it's going to be Zach plus these two guest stars. And if the guest stars do a good job, if the vibe is good, if chat likes them, if they like chat and everyone else, and if everyone feels good about everything, then they are going to become permanent members of the Our Vocalists, and we'll be back up to 3. So that is the plan. That's what we're looking at here. So yes, with all of that said, though, okay, so here we go. So regardless, that's happening tonight. Then Friday, more Court of Blades. So I'll be back with Court of Blades, where I am participating in Court of Blades, of course, as one of the players. Court of Blades Valorward, that's Friday night. And then Saturday, we are going to be throwing some Eberron at you. We will get our one session this month. Usually we have 2, but excuse me. Usually I have 2, but this time we only had 1 session of Eberron Oracle of War, and we'll be able to get Eberron Oracle of War in here starting on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And then next week on Tuesday, we have the Patreon Field Chat Chosen Game of the Month. And then over on GOG.com, we will have D&D with GOG Ghosts of Saltmarsh, and that will close out the month of February. So that's the deal. That's what we're looking at. Okay, and the winner is going once, going twice. Okay, Detective Gallo it is. So the winner is Detective Gallo. Detective Gallo will be what I am playing next week. Echo's excited. I think Mrs. Dunsel also was excited about this. So there you go. So Detective Gallo is the winner, and I will be playing that next Tuesday. I look forward to trying it out. So that'll be happening next Tuesday and all that kind of good stuff. Otherwise, though, I'm going to rise up on out of here and start getting ready because I've got Talisman Adventures coming up, as I say, in about an hour. So if you liked what you saw and heard, please follow the channel. Check out our YouTube, and please subscribe to me over at !ArvTube, Discord, !ArvCord. Yeah, that's what I thought too, Effect Life, when I saw them. Twitter, !ArvTweets, website, arvanelleron.com. Thank you for all those who have subbed to all those places. As of late, the numbers have gone up on all of them, so thank you. Please continue to do that. Website is arvanelleron.com. Financially, !ArvShop is the merchandise area. As I said, this is something which is going to be revamped over the next couple of months, so it's going to be looking very different, hopefully sooner rather than later, but we're getting there. And then the website is, the Patreon is !ArvTreon, which again, 19 patrons, $194 per month. That number is going to be going up shortly. But again, if you haven't already done so, please consider supporting it. I'd love to get to do some things that I can do when that gets to a higher number, including a talisman tournament, including another Arvanaut Idol Writers Contest. It's been a couple of years since we did one of those. I'd love to do that, but I can only do that if the Patreon number gets to a certain level. So let's hopefully keep supporting if you can. You can get good stuff, not just for the channel, of course, but also for you. And it is supporting me and what I do here. So thank you to that. Also to those who have subscribed to the channel, as a couple of you folks did today. That's super helpful as well. You get those custom sub badges and emotes to use everywhere across Twitch, plus inspirations to help the players. So thank you. So there's that. Let's see. Right, so there's all that. And I also mentioned this again at the beginning, !Klein, Klein. That will allow you to get tickets for the upcoming intro event for ArvCon 2023. That is the event that will be the live Dungeons & Dragons event at the Klein Memorial Auditorium in Bridgeport, Connecticut, happening on Thursday, May 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern. Very excited about that. We will have 4 professional players up on stage, basically professional, and we will have one which will be a high school student who is the winner of an essay contest on role-playing that's going to be distributed to the local schools. So that's going to be happening. I'm very excited about that. That is going to be happening on Thursday, May 25th, all to benefit the Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation. $5 will get you your ticket for both in person and virtually. So both physical in person is $5, and also virtually you can pay $5 and get access to the live stream, which is going to be running that night as well. All of that to benefit, as I say, Damon Runyon and the Klein Memorial Auditorium, which is itself a nonprofit. So you'll be able to support on both those those counts. So that would really help. So thank you. And I will be running, as was mentioned, Night at the Forbidden Library as part of that adventure. And speaking of that, you can find that in exclamation point library, as Triffa just put, Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library, my 5e adventure and source book from Alligator Alley Entertainment. Last exclamation point Greyshade, which is my Greyshade universe. You can order Greyshade right now. You can pre-order Renegade, the sequel, coming out later this year. You can pre-order Heretic, which is the final book in that trilogy, coming out next year. You can pre-order the tabletop role-playing game coming out from Brandon O'Brien and Alligator Alley of Greyshade later this year. And you can pre-order Tren Sparks' audiobook of Greyshade coming later this year as well. So you can do all of that cool stuff. Last but certainly not least, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation point Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And exclamation point Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the fine people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war. They are continuing to do so with bravery and courage, but this is our way to support and step forward and help even in those terrible circumstances. So, time slot. It's at 6 p.m. Eastern Effect Life, so it's going to run. It's the kickoff event. So Thursday the 25th, it'll be from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern. Then Friday, we're going to be starting. I have to decide. I think we're probably starting in the early afternoon on Friday. I have not thought about the schedule too much overall because it's not until late May. And then Saturday is going to be pretty much noon, running all day until noon because we'll have until midnight because we're going to have a concert. And then Sunday as well will be starting at noon, and that will also be running like 8 or 9 hours. That's a marathon session of Eberron, the Infinity and Beyond crew. And then probably there'll be some stuff going on Monday as well. That will not involve me directly. That will probably be the scientists. We're going to have them back. I have to double check and see if Turbo Tango is willing, if Mike is willing to be the GM for the scientists again. Brandon O'Brien may be jumping in as well. So we'll see. Yes. So that's the deal. So that's kind of the plan. So there will be some day stuff during the week, but it'll be pretty awesome one way or the other. If you mean my son, well, little Arvin has. If you mean my son, I have. Although I haven't shown the latest ones that you sent, so I have to show him like the next set of pictures to show him what snow is like. I still feel bad for the kid because there's still no snow. I mean, it's just, we're going to have some cold weather, maybe some sleet, but nothing else. So that's too bad. I like a little bit of snow. Oh no, we got a raid. Oh man. Hello. Thank you, General Kenobi. Thank you, Raiders from God Mode. Unfortunately, we're wrapping up. I'm sorry to say. Unfortunately, we're literally just about to sign off. So what I would recommend, first of all, thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome here. I am going to be over at GogCom's Twitch channel in about 45 minutes or so, 50 minutes for more tabletop fun with Talisman Adventures. But I'm not going to be here now in a minute because I got to go get ready for that. But I will be back here tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern as well for our vocalist voice acting team, which is going to be playing the game Citizen Sleeper and voicing that over. So thank you, everybody. What did you play today, God Mode? And welcome in, everybody. Sun Winterfeld. Who is it that all rated? Solid Rock. I love that name. Sun Winterfeld. Awesome. Of course, God Mode themselves. General Kenobi. General Kenobi. So welcome. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And we will definitely check your stuff out. I'm sorry that we're on our way out. But we do a lot of tabletop on this channel, a lot, and we'll be doing a lot more of it. So you run a homebrew D&D game that merges monster battling like Pokemon and Digimon. Anyone in chat can play. That sounds awesome. Actually, I do a lot of tabletop in this stream. I actually run 5 separate tabletop campaigns, some D&D, many of them not. And I also do a Fighting Fantasy Gamebook stream, which is what I was doing today. Not this book, but a different one. And this is one where my chat was actually making decisions. And we're playing right now D&D with viewers where chat basically makes the decisions using a bot that affect life in our chat built for us. So we actually do a similar thing. So if that sounds like something that you folks like at God Mode, then you should totally check it out. I will check that out. I will definitely give you a follow, God Mode. In fact, let me do that now so I don't forget. And definitely you other folks should stop by. Let's see, why can't I follow from Chatty? I should be able to follow from Chatty. Hang on. So yes, definitely feel free to follow. Thank you, Son Winterfeld. Yeah, if you like that, if that's what you were doing over there, okay, I just gave you a follow over on your channel, God Mode. Thank you. So yes, so time for the D&D with viewers thing, where chat makes decisions and so on, varies, but it's going to be happening next month in a couple of weeks probably. I haven't figured out the schedule yet for March, but it usually happens on a Friday or Saturday night. I stream Tuesdays, usually from noon Eastern until about somewhere around 7 p.m. Eastern, with some exceptions. And then I stream Friday night and Saturday night, usually starting both times around between Friday night's usually about 9 p.m. Eastern, running until about 1 in the morning Eastern. And then Saturday usually starts around 7:30 Eastern and usually runs until about 11:30, maybe 11:30 p.m. Eastern to 12 a.m., somewhere around there. So that's usually when I stream. But I also have streams. Monday night I have tabletop streams that I do not run, but I GM, I host here. We also have my podcast Speculate, that is a tabletop actual play that records on here. So that often is done without me necessarily. So there's a lot of tabletop play that we have here. So definitely check that out. And yeah, definitely join us. We have what we think is the friendliest, one of the friendliest communities on Twitch, one of the best communities on Twitch. I will not say the best, since it's not rude to, it's rude to say that when a person from another channel has just come in, but I'm partial to this amazing crowd, and we love to grow the stream and have more people in the audience. So we will check your stuff out for sure. I think that sounds awesome. The Pokemon Digimon tabletop battling thing that chat's involved in is cool. And yeah, definitely you should come check us out as well. But sadly now, I've got to bail out and let you folks go. Feel free to stick around and chat with folks, but otherwise I'm going to be back on GogCom's Twitch channel in about 45 minutes for Talisman Adventures, more tabletop fun. Again, that is twitch.tv/GOGCom. And then I'll be back here on this channel at 9 p.m. Eastern for some awesome voice acting stuff going on as well. Chat, thank you so much to all for everything today. Thank you to my wonderful mods, Rudinel Dragonspear, Emily the Invincible, Hilness, Triffity Mats, best mods in the business. Thank you to my wonderful Patreon supporters and subscribers, Rudinel, Dragon, Emily, Hilness, Triffid, Echo, Effect Life, Nonstop, Wispy Song, and Arenth. And thank you again to Effect Life for all the die rolling, and Triffid for all the dice rolling today. Thank you to my viewers, Madden, Baron Valar. Thank you to Darksteel Sport, God Mode. Thanks again for the raid, God Mode. Thank you to General Kenobi. Thank you to Elizabeth. Thank you to Jagtris, Jordan Shively. Thank you to Kayla, to Little Rory Sarasa. Thank you to Maritzi, Notabot. Thank you to Questionable Results, Solid Rock, Sun Winterfeld, Squitsy. Thank you to This Is Unreal Lol, Y Pepe, and Yo Sharpie. That's cool. That's cool. Definitely Echo. And last but certainly not least, I'm not rating General only because the reason I'm not rating is because I don't think GOG is live, and people are going to be going over to GOG in a little bit. Otherwise, I do almost always raid. But in this case, I'm going to another channel. Yeah, they're not on right now, unfortunately. So I'm going to be over there. Otherwise, I would totally. Usually I do. So if you can just hold your Vikingness until we're brought over to GOGCom, that would be pretty sweet. So yes, and special thanks today, most of all, to the amazing TariToons, who illustrated live all of the stuff that we talked about today in our gamebook streams. Really exciting stuff, a lot of fun. And the mods can do it. I can probably do that, actually. I can do that. So there you go. So yes, quick question. Go ahead and let me know, General. Are you interested in starting a cult with me? No? Not interested in starting a cult. So I just, I don't really know how to address a question like that. I'll just say no. But thank you for asking. Anyway, I'm going to rise up on out of here. Thank you, everybody. I will see you folks back here I'll see you folks back here at 9 p.m. and over on GOGCom at 4:15. Until then, as I always say, everyone be good to each other. And bye for now. Ha